In Zookville. Hello, Internet.
Oh, yeah.
And
We're about to
welcome
get back.
to another episode of Everend, my seemingly now weekly, every week, every Tuesday, homebrew campaign for 5th edition Dungeons and Dragons. So we do not have any sponsors of any kind for tonight, so we will just roll into a recap, and then we will start the episode as people begin to filter in to the chat. I was taking the time to do this because I didn't get around to doing this beforehand. So I'm actually going to see if I can do this while I continue to talk about what happened last time, is to upload all the patrons on my Patreon get access to all of my show notes during and after. And that was my show notes. This right here. Everend number 80, and then the 2 gold amounts I gave you, and that was it. But I'm still gonna upload it because I told them I would.
That's the important thing.
So anyway, I just thought that was worth mentioning, and I was like, oh man, I bet I took really good notes. Like I had some really good ones from the week before, and nope. It's 16,000 gold pieces and 1,500 platinum.
Yeah.
Good job, Ted.
Hey man, those are important numbers.
That's true.
For when you're talking about how much money you're gonna make us spend on stuff.
That's true. So last time the party, after kind of demystifying Clyde's mind, started to. They had sent Ash on his way. They demystified Clyde's mind, rather. They then realized, oh, what about the book? We got to get Ash's book back so we can get back. Where could it be? No one checked the work shed. And then Sean was like, that's the only other thing that's of importance in that whole building. So they went back, they found the Necronomicon in the workshed, buried under the ground, amongst several decapitated heads, one of which bit Oz in the hand, and unfortunately did not turn him, but fortunately for the party, unfortunately for me, because that would have just been fun.
Well,
but
we'd have taken off your hand. Pretty
yeah,
quick.
but there's no prosthetics now.
Yeah, but he could do okay.
It would be a prosthetic fight, I feel like. Like, Wildfire would go to sleep, and then Oz would take the prosthetic hand off of her, and then, like, she'd wake up without an arm.
Yeah.
And that would be
I need the hand tonight. I have a date.
Oz would do it while she's awake, but not paying attention.
Ooh, that would be impressive.
Yep.
See, then that would make... it would make Oz more like, I guess... I feel like he kind of, in some aspects of his life, gives me like a Rocket Raccoon vibe, and I feel like that makes him even more so, but with an actual purpose, because he needs the hand.
Yeah, that's fair.
I need it.
I'm gonna need your arm. No, but I need it.
I need it.
I'm getting that arm.
Yeah, so...
I need it. I'm so little. I need that arm.
Yeah. Anyway, they got Ash back. He used the Necronomicon, activated the magics, and went back, presumably, hopefully, in his case, to his own time.
Yep.
With book in hand. The party then went back to Veilguard Spire with Clyde, and now having access to her mental faculties, started kind of trying to figure out what was going on. Really trying to figure out what to do. They have this prophecy that they received from the Spire itself, maybe from Veilguard's past, maybe from the gods. Where the prophecy was created, no one really knows. And they kind of have Clyde pegged. They have the 4 of them pegged at 4 of the different heroes. Clyde pegged for 1, and now they're trying to figure out who fits the other scenarios there. Clyde said, well, I know some people that could possibly meet a couple of those, but I don't know who they are, where they're at, or anything like that, so that doesn't really help you. And she described to them that when she went back home to there, and they have since learned that there is actually Everend, where they're from.
We're from there.
They are from there. Aside from all the little fun jokes of me poking fun at Celine's old character and the fact that no one ever called her out for, like, I'm from there, Oh, okay, cool. Let's just move on. Never been an issue before last session.
Never came up.
Yeah, but the party, they learned that, and she gave them a little bit of insight into where she was from, which was Tortal, the Elven region that they know. People have been going there and not coming back. She explained to them a little bit about this concept of Flavor Town in the Forgotten Realms, and a region that also supposed to be a place where people go and don't come back.
Yeah, Rick wants to go to Flavortown.
And
Don't want Jake to stop talking with the coffee in front of his mouth because it's freaking him out.
Okay, sorry.
So that was some other things that they had learned. And she said, she basically told them that when she made her, or, she has this sort of mental block about what happened in Tortal when she went home. She can't remember it, and it almost seems to be painful. Like cause her maybe even physical pain as she tries to recall it. Like there's some sort of wall preventing that, or her mind was erased or something like that. But nothing that like seemingly even like higher level healing magic wasn't able to undo this. So perhaps it's something that's still ongoing. And she told him that when she came back, she was basically slowly, like this kind of mental energy sap was slowly lessening her abilities, and slowly kind of, at the more she tried to use her strength and her powers, they seemed to get weaker and weaker, to the point where she was getting less and less use out of magic, and she was trying to, with this kind of mental block, figure out where her friends could be and hit up areas that she could remember where they had been. And that's the maps that they had seen in the work shed or in the house, like not here, not there. And things have slowly been coming back to her over time. And she kind of filled them in a little bit on where she had been. And they had mentioned the use of the belts, the people's belts from the people's tournaments of Zookville. So long story short, they made their way to Zookville, a town in the Forgotten Realms, northeast-ish of Greenest, where they had been kind of looking into some local heroes that were there and trying to figure out what's going on. They spoke to the town advisor, got some information, and then I think that's pretty much where they ended up last time, unless you guys remember anything different that was of import.
I think that was basically it.
We know the tournament is in 30 days, and that we were gonna go drinking.
Yeah, we were gonna do the pub crawl.
Yeah.
We were thinking about it.
I think we should.
I don't see why not.
Well,
Right?
Rick's got Rick's down.
Okay. Is that the plan?
I believe so. Real quick, before we get into all of that chicanery, Clyde.
Yes.
I have a quick query. So you were saying earlier, well, first, do you know how to get, can you cast Greater Restoration?
I think the answer is yes. Let me just double check. She might even have it prepared today. Hang on.
Wow.
Yes, but she does not have it prepared currently.
That's all right. I mean, I have a rat that I need you to talk to at some point. Unrelated. So I was thinking back to a couple of minutes ago when we were talking about other things, and like you were saying that after you left there
with the Selfire,
you started to lose some of your mental faculties, that like your powers, blah blah blah, and then you're something, and then you're in the cave and we found you, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And since there's still some stuff that you don't remember, do you think we should take some precautions in case that happens again? Like, I think it was a Greater Restoration that kind of helped bring you back a little bit. Can you make us spell scrolls of that in the future?
That's a good idea.
That's pretty smart.
I mean, at that point, then we only have to find a cleric to actually cast the spell rather than, like, or maybe Wave can do it. I don't know.
Well, she's like, I mean, if I had scrolls of greater restoration, then I could just cast it on all of you.
No. What I'm saying is,
Oh.
if you start losing your ability to
I
cast it.
see. I thought you meant that if your brain started to get all wonky.
Oh no, my brain's great. I was worried about yours.
Oh, all right, fair enough.
Especially if we go back to that tar tail place, and
Right.
that's where your brain got all messed up the first time.
And
So
she's like,
in case we go there to fix it, we might want this as like a backup plan, to keep
No.
you wherewithals.
that makes sense.
And I did have a weird other thought that, like, so we have this prophecy and we're doing our best, but there's no like confirmation that we like have the right people. So what I'm thinking is maybe next time we're in the Veilguard Spire, go into like the prophecy room and see if like there's something we can manipulate or something we can fiddle with or like activate to try and figure out if we got the right people, if we're even the
we
right
just
people.
check the box or something.
Yeah, if there, I don't know. Like maybe that's something we could look into.
That's a good idea.
Because like we were saying, Clyde, you were saying that some of the people you knew might fulfill this, but again, like we're three people from a different continent who just like happen to run into you because of a guy with a weird buzzy arm and
but that was also
divine intervention from Mistra.
So when you have magically divine gods intervening, then I think
yes,
maybe that counts. That counts.
Sorry.
This one in the future, yes, but this one counts.
What I was going, what my point was, I articulated my point wrong, which was supposed to be like we had divine intervention to get to you, Clyde, so we know you're good.
Yeah.
But like you're leading us to more people. Maybe they're good, maybe they're not good. I don't know.
Are you saying we're out of prophecy juice, Oz?
No, I'm saying we need to refill our prophecy juice with the aid of trying new things.
All right, I'm in.
But until then, let's drink.
True, and we don't know how like loosely up to interpretation the prophecy is.
That's true, and we don't know how far we're gonna get in this pub crawl.
And she will tell you that typically, in her experience, prophecies are meant to be up to interpretation. It's sort of their nature. So that makes sense that none of it makes sense.
Well, I'm glad that you're...
Prophecy, where the statements are made up and, maybe they really, really matter.
And the hit points don't matter.
Yeah. Yes. Exactly. So, okay. So you guys are going to attempt the 20 pub Zookville pub crawl. By the way, for those of you who are curious, if you're asking, in the chat there, that if you've ever done the pub crawl game, that's based on the pub crawl they're gonna seemingly attempt here. In game itself. So
we're not just gonna attempt it.
Oh yeah, you think so? You don't have a +5 to your saving throws like you did with Theron. At roughly the same level at this point.
Yes, but I do have proficiency in my saving throws.
That's true.
Which is a +5. Yep.
Okay.
I think we should. Nobody's. Oh, Oz, you still got a couple charges too.
I'm probably not going to use them for this, considering last time I needed to use them, it was to prevent me from becoming a Deadite.
Yes, that's fair, but I really want to win. So I'm just saying, if you're most of the way there.
We'll talk about it if that happens.
Okay. Fair so you have 20 pubs. The way it works is you go to the first pub of your choice, and you say to the proprietor, "We are here for the Zookville Legendary Pub Crawl." That triggers it. From that point, you need to drink the signature drink of that establishment and then move to each one subsequently after that. Some of them have gimmicks, some of them don't. You need to do whatever it is and do the gimmick, Keep the booze down. Don't throw up. Don't pass out.
All right.
That's the key. And if the gimmick has its own thing, then you need to follow the gimmick's rules too, which will be explained further when you get there. So, where would you like to go?
Which one is? Let's start at one end, and that way we can't get lost on the way.
Well, Clyde says she tried this one time. She's not going to try it again. So she's going to lead you through it because she's done it.
All right, Clyde. Also, here is 10 gold, which should be enough to get 3 rooms and some hot meals in a pub, because we're probably not traveling after this, right? Right? Right?
No,
right?
no, probably
right.
not.
Yeah.
Not today. Maybe tomorrow.
That'll be a hard no.
All right, let's do it.
All right, hang on. We did just get some charges donated real quick.
Ooh, all
I
right.
saw some going to Rick. I just want to make
Nice.
sure. I think it was half to Rick, half to Wave. But
Ooh.
I maybe I was wrong.
Using all of his charges to win this is definitely a wave thing.
Yeah.
That.
Oh, sorry, half to Rick, half to Wildfire. My bad.
Oh,
Nice.
That's 2 each. Also,
Nice.
I'm gonna say just because it makes sense to me that Wave is not gonna participate because Pat's not here.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah.
That's all right. We need a water boy,
A water man.
a water fellow for in between. He
A
can
water person.
You are out of charges,
just in the
right,
face.
Jake?
Yeah.
I think I was the only one who had any.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah, you
Wave
used all
had
of mine
one.
against the Deadite the first time.
Yeah, Wave has 1. Okay, I just wanted to check, make sure everybody's was accurate, because for some reason it was giving Rick like 10 charges. And as much as you would like those, I know, but I'm not giving you that.
I'm okay with it.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's 2 for Rick, 2 for Wildfire, 3 for Oz, 1 for Wave. So Wave is gonna abstain, because I don't feel like doing that for him.
Try it.
Yeah,
Wave.
just try it.
the Trinidad.
Yeah.
Wave, we
What?
haven't figured out the Gouger Leaf situation here.
Whoa.
Whoa.
They might have all new strands. They might have never heard of it.
Whoa.
Maybe
We
they
could
have
totally
not.
corner a
Maybe
market.
Try.
And he's
I-
just
I mean-
like, you guys know that one gif where he's just like, like it's blowing his mind right now.
Wave does that for the next 2 to 3 hours in game while we are doing the pub crawl. He's just
Yeah, he just can't handle it. All right, hang on. I also saw there's a whole bunch of trinkets, so let me just jot those down real quick.
Nice.
I feel like you guys are gonna get like halfway through this, and then the reliquary is gonna tip, and it's just gonna either make it really awesome or throw the whole thing off.
predator fight in the pub.
I'm trying
Well,
to
we are
drink.
all.
But to be fair, a lot of big heroes in Zookville, so it would be a better place to fight a predator.
Honestly, we would just have to hide until reinforcements came.
Oh, we wouldn't do that.
No, but we should. Like,
Oz
we
would do
wouldn't,
it.
but
you
we should.
would. Oz would.
I feel like drunk Oz is more likely to stay and fight.
I don't believe that.
I
for a
feel like
second.
he'd have a Napoleon complex.
Yeah, he get feisty. He get angry.
I think
Oh my God,
so.
his ultra, he goes
think-
grumpy.
If the fight was going well, Oz would, right until it started going bad, and then he'd be like, "Oh,
Oh, then he'd be out.
Yeah. He would pick a fight. Drunk Oz would pick a fight,
yes,
but he would also run away before he lost the fight.
yes."
I feel like super drunk Wildfire would like forget that she's magic and just like start being like,
By the way, you got a 10,000 Flintbuck or channel currency donation there, Rick, to get you another charge.
Oh, damn!
Nice.
All right.
So-
wow.
All right. So now I've gotten that taken care of. Yeah, it's really up to all of you where you'd like to start. As a reminder, the way things work is you can drink up to your Constitution modifier in drinks before you have to start rolling. So you
Yes.
have that many drinks for free.
Wait, regular Constitution modifier or the saving
Constitution modifier, not saving throw.
throw? Ah,
Terrible.
If you have resistance or advantage on saving throws versus poison,
yeah.
which I think all three of you do,
Yeah.
you have advantage on the checks that you make for drinking.
Ikaj would have killed the pub crawl. He'd have done it.
He could have done it.
100%. He
Brina,
couldn't get drunk.
Brina was a child.
Yeah, but I feel like that's cheating.
So, but like, what if she's
Ikaj doesn't
yeah,
care
what
about
if you're you?
cheating.
Do you
Yeah.
get like extra advantage or like?
What, if you're immune to poison? You
Yeah,
can't get
so-
drunk.
You can't get drunk.
You can't get drunk if you're immune
Can't
to
get
poison?
drunk. That's canon for our universe.
It's in our
You
universe,
guys
yeah.
make such a fuss about Brina drinking. Girl couldn't even get drunk.
Well, we didn't know that, did we? Because somebody didn't tell us.
It
I thought
also
poison was a
wasn't
disease.
And that's just
Yeah.
means poison.
poison
too.
and disease. Level 10.
Yeah.
That's monk thing. All right, so 20 pubs.
I'm gonna ask Clyde. Hey, Clyde. Do you remember any that? Where did you? Do you remember where you failed? We'll start there.
And she says, "No, I failed real early."
That'll do it.
She's like, sometimes when it comes to games of chance or things that you would think you should have a pretty good handle on, but involve some sort of random number generation. Oh, I suck at those.
Very specific. I like your attitude. All right, let's go.
Unless
My
it's
point two.
convincing my friends. No, actually, I'm really bad at that too. But unless I am the person who everybody else thinks is going to get suckered by some strange dude on the street in Waterdeep who's like, "Hey, you want to come see this weird thing?" And she's like, "Yeah, I'll pay a whole bunch of gold to go see this weird thing." And all my friends were like, "You're going to get scammed." And I came out of it with a really cool fiery horse.
That's
So-
awesome. I like you. I like you, Clyde. I like your moxie.
Nice.
All right.
All right. Okay.
So
how many pubs are there again?
20.
20.
Let's start at the 8th pub.
The 8th pub is
yes.
Archybark.
Archybark.
Archybark
I wouldn't
is
say Happy Bandit.
this is
Happy
the
Henderson.
drink of choice is called Dragon's Breath, and it is a brandy.
All right.
So I don't know how many of you have had brandy before, but it's probably not a bad if you're gonna start with a drink. Probably not a bad one to like start with because it'll be nice, and then it'll all go downhill from there.
right.
Oh
I'm gonna go
man,
up to the bartender and say, "We are here for the legendary Zookville pub crawl," and then I'm going to cast major image and make all of the beer steins or any kind of cups. I'm gonna make an illusion. So in a 20-foot cube, all of the cups fountain out beer like we're in the Bellagio.
and like it's weird, but you see that like everyone like it hushes for a moment when you say you're gonna start the pub crawl, and then you're like, "Well, illusions," and no one is phased by it. But they all seem to really like it. They are
Cool.
big fans of illusion here in Zookville. Wildfire, that's another charge. It's 3 for you as well.
Thanks.
S-
Ice game real fast. Which was the one that Pat blew up with Fireball?
I don't remember.
It was one near the end because
I think it was the last one that you failed on, the one where you had to make the
Thunder
the-
Wave.
No,
The Thunder
no,
Wave.
no. He didn't blow up that because you failed. Like you guys did the
He
pub
blew
crawl.
that up later.
He blew
Oh,
that
yeah,
up
I just
at.
thought it was that.
Oh,
Yeah,
I see.
because we
Maybe.
stayed there because we failed there.
Yeah.
Okay. So, it is everybody needs to make, or you don't need to make your Constitution saving throw. You go to Archybark. You guys all drink the Dragon Breath. That's one drink. Mark it off on how many you have.
All right, good. Ooh, good brandy. I'm gonna come back here just for the brandy. You said that was fire breath,
Dragon's Breath.
dragon's breath. All right. Woo! Next pub.
Okay.
Yeah.
Woo!
So are you guys just gonna go in like a clockwise fashion? What's the plan?
Yeah, well, we can
Um,
start somewhere and then just work our way.
Yeah, let's go number 7.
Okay, number 7 is Dragon's Bane, and this is 5 colored shots, one for each chromatic dragon.
Oof.
Ah,
That escalated quickly.
Yeah.
But it only counts as one drink.
5 little
So-
little shots.
Yeah, like it's just 5 shots, but like you got to bang them back real quick, so it counts as one drink.
Nice.
So you guys bang, 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 all 5 different shots. They all have a slightly different fruity flavor of the color that is associated, right? So like blue raspberry, and then like kiwi, and
Keep going. Keep going. I want to know what they all are.
hang on, we got $20 more worth of trinkets.
Oh shit.
2 more to
coconut
Rick,
for
2 more
white.
to Wildfire.
Oh yeah. All right.
5 and 5.
The chat wants us to win. Or
They
die.
do. They really, really do.
Wow.
Coconut for white.
Yep.
Blue raspberry. Cherry for red.
Mhm.
Red's my favorite.
Black licorice for black.
Yeah,
Nobody likes it, but the color's right.
Yeah, the people in Zookville, if you knew the founders, that's the kind of stupid shit that they would do.
That's their.
They would just do that kind of a thing to just fuck with you.
This is a shot of Jaeger.
All right. So, are we going to 6 now?
6.
Yeah.
All right. That is Gauntlet's Rejects. This is a Baldur's Gate pale ale, so it's just an IPA. So it's very hoppy. How's everybody doing? This is your 3rd drink. Remember,
I get one
Constitution.
more free drink.
I
think
get one
we-
more free drink.
Yeah, we all have a 4 mod.
Do you? Okay.
Yeah.
Well then, all right. So then I guess we'll go to 5 next, which is Hobbled. But you guys are lucked out because this is one that has a gimmick. This is a 10-second keg stand
Ooh.
where you are held up by your ankles, and this is the Knee Cracker Cider, which is like you're in a weird space with all the different boozes you're having right now. But you guys managed to clear the 10-second keg stand, no problems.
All right. Ha. Nice.
Nice.
This was decent beer.
So, it's a cider.
It was cider. It's not beer.
Yeah.
This isn't what human beer tastes like.
No, this is made from apples.
What? I always thought human beer was like kind of fruity.
No. Well, I mean, some of it is, but some of it, like, we just had an IPA. Like,
Oh, that was
yesterbeer.
supposed to. That's human beer. I thought that was like grass.
Oh, no. That's human beer. That's human beer.
Um,
It tastes like grass. Yeah.
Oh well.
So,
That was Druid's beard.
No. Druid's beer is always like a darker malt because they like to eat it's like eating and drinking at the same time.
well, if we go to 4 next, which is yeah, actually it was supposed to be 5 saves, but I gave you the free pass on the 5 shots because I forgot. So this one now is everybody's first drink where you need to make the saving throw, correct?
Let's do it.
This is Twin Slayers. This is a double shot of vodka. That is, so everybody go ahead and make me a Constitution saving throw.
All right, here we go.
Is this considered a spell or magical effect?
Or
You-
poison.
It's poison. Don't you have advantage for being a halfling?
Yes,
There we go.
but I'm still asking.
For
well,
double
no.
advantage.
No, there's. What you
Are
get?
these checks or saving throws?
Saving throws. Constitution saving
19.
throws. 19.
24.
24.
I got a 17 on the roll, and I'm hitting
Okay,
the wrong
so
button.
you're good. So that is your first shot. That's the second. Now, second shot, save again.
I could do this. I could do this all.
18 on the roll.
afternoon. 18. Flat.
22.
All right, everybody is good. That was $60 in donations. So that's 4
Thank you.
each, right? 4
How?
charges
Close
each if
indeed.
we split that.
To the
What to the
military?
relic?
We are $20 away.
Oh dear.
And so far, guys, we gotta drink fast.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
all
we
right.
do.
Next one. Let's
No,
go.
hang on. I gotta update everything. Sorry.
He needs a
Get
minute.
some
He
more
needs a minute.
time.
Okay. All right, we're gonna grab some food real quick while you update.
Okay.
We're gonna go to the bartender. Yeah.
What do
We're
you
gonna
have that's potatoes?
Corned beef hash.
That!
We have it.
Okay, you have that.
I jump in the back and cook it up. No, I don't do that. I'm too spiky for that, and I'm not drunk enough yet. But he will. He will later.
Just raid whatever kitchen of the pub that we're in.
Yeah, he's gonna. It's gonna be like, oh, what is this garbage food you guys cook? The problem is you guys don't have good quality cooking utensils. And that's fucking key because you get advantage on your checks.
You gotta get them. You gotta get them. They're in Wesseltown.
Westwick.
That's what I said, Wesseltown.
West. Shoot.
All right, you two,
Oh,
Wildfire,
that's
Rick, you guys are at 9 charges each. Oz is at 7.
Nice.
Thanks,
Wow.
Internet.
All right,
I'm
so
gonna win this. I'm
that
gonna win this
was-
for you, Internet.
that was Twin Slayers. Well, I guess we'll go to 3 and then we'll cycle back around. So 3 is the Balthazar's Arena Tavern. This is just a dark beer. Everybody make a saving throw.
All right. A nice old dark beer.
Love me a dark beer. Oof, that's a 24.
The way you said it, I thought it was gonna be bad.
Yeah, I don't know why I did that.
That's a 23 for me. Guys, what's your opinion on? Do you guys have access to beer currently?
24. No, but I have this fake margarita.
I do have access to beer currently.
All right, I'm gonna go get a beer really quick.
Well,
'Cause-
before that, you guys all
right.
succeed.
Woo.
Next bar. This is Fire Brew. This is a shot of Torgar Fire Brew's famous Fire Brew. So go ahead and everybody make me a Constitution saving throw.
Mhm. Now, Fire Brew, is that like straight fireball?
Sure. I don't think we ever
Alright.
determined what it was.
I don't think so.
Ooh, 26.
That's gonna be an 18. For
That
me.
is a failure, sir.
No.
Oh.
20.
Luck. Oh, damn it.
What'd you say, Celine?
20.
20 succeeds. Were you luckying?
Yeah, I'm gonna lucky.
Yeah, you better.
I'm gonna double lucky. Who's lucky now? All right, that's a 23.
Okay.
Aha. Good,
Do
good.
you guys want to go get your beer now?
Yes.
And
yeah.
I'll entertain the chat.
I'm gonna stay here and drink.
All right. Well, folks, I may be kicking myself in the butt for not having them make the 5 shots in a row, because that would have killed their drinks, their Constitution-based things up front. So I said that, although I may have to. We'll see if that becomes a true deal breaker. We may have to see what happens there.
All right.
All right. So, next up is number 1 on the list is Smokies. And Smokies is Zookville Ale, which is just
Zookville Ale.
Zookville Ale is just a light ale, so I need everybody to make a Constitution saving throw.
20.
Okay.
19.
Oh yeah, 24.
Okay.
I love being a barbarian.
So you're good there. So now we're going to go back around the horn to number 20, which is the Other Orc. This is a bland lager that is extremely forgettable. So go ahead and make a Constitution saving throw.
24.
Okay.
29.
19.
Good. 19 is Sammy's. This is a Jammo shot, which is a Jello shot for this world. So go ahead and everybody make me Constitution saving throws.
As we walk into this bar, I'm gonna say, do you guys even remember what the drink we had at the last bar was?
Kind of tasted like a bad one night stand.
No.
Yes, it did. Yes, it did. What do you know about that?
If we're gonna talk about bad one night stands, I think I would.
Are you talking about that guy from the horse races?
Yeah, that guy.
Yeah, that's exactly who. That was.
Yeah, the one who
obvious.
showed up and tried to kill me. That guy.
Well, he
Yeah,
tried to
he's
kidnap you.
there.
Nobody,
I forgot that.
not necessarily tried to kill you.
Well, I
Well,
don't
I
think he
think you
was
were
gonna let me
justified.
go after that.
I think you were justified.
Hmm?
Okay, 26. 26.
29.
Wow. Fuck.
24.
Okay, you guys are all good.
Wow.
A fucking 29.
I've rolled 2 natural 20s in a row.
How do you have
yeah.
a plus 9?
She's
Proficient.
Yeah.
saving throws.
Oh,
+5
My
for your
charisma.
proficiency bonus. And
did not
Constitution
think
is
you
a
were.
is a 19.
Did
Yeah.
not think you were proficient.
Yeah,
That's one of the
sorcerers are
good things
proficient.
about sorcerers.
Oh, I've never played a sorcerer for more than a game,
Mm-hmm.
so I forgot.
All right. Next up is Raphael's, which is Amber Ale from Storage. Guys can go ahead and make me Constitution saving throws.
Right.
Oh, where's storage? Natural 20.
A 21.
16.
Okay, no issues there either.
Some of these saving throws are a little more difficult, huh?
Oh yeah.
Uh,
The fancier the name.
I'm sorry, what was the name of that pub?
that was Raphael's.
Ah, Raphael.
All right, next up is Corals. So this
Coral.
is just gin,
Just straight gin?
just straight gin.
Ugh.
Nice like perfume.
What does it look like in here?
Cluttered. It's just full of clutter and knickknacks and tchotchkes.
Fuck.
18.
I'm
That is
going to
a-
use a charge.
That's a failure,
I got it.
Sean.
All right, I'm gonna
14.
use my last lucky.
22.
22 is good.
22 also. I used a charge.
Okay.
Thank you,
charge.
Internet. I appreciate you guys, and I'm going to win this for you.
We're getting close. We're like halfway through, right? At this point?
Ish.
Yeah, we're more than halfway.
I used 3 charges and I got a 21.
Okay. 3 charges, you say.
Yeah.
2, 3. Good. All right. Moving along.
A lot of lucky. Got a
All
whole lot
right.
of luck.
Next up is Squeaks. This is Glowfire. This is a wine with aromatic images. It gives you aromatic images of summer breezes. It also
Ooh.
makes you glow slightly blue.
Ooh.
Natural 20.
Wow.
Natural 20.
Whoa, come on. An 11. So 20, not natural.
Okay. So you're fine.
All right.
All right.
What season is it? Did we establish that when we got
Right?
Yeah.
Well,
here?
yeah, the different dimensions and different seasons.
Sure. Let's make it fall.
What time? Okay, cool. I'm down.
Like the season.
All right.
Finished fall.
Next up around here is Thunderwave. So this is Gutbuster, which you've never had because it doesn't exist in Everend. But
Okay.
this is one of the most crazy, powerful dwarven, I don't know, high test alcohol that exists. But this is the first one that you guys have come across with a gimmick.
Ooh.
You need to drink this while suspending yourself on a rope ladder while the Thunderwave spell is cast at you. You need to drink your beer, but you also drink your drink, but you also cannot spill a drop of the booze that you're drinking while you're holding on this totally secure rope ladder that absolutely sways when Thunderwave is cast at it.
All right.
As long as you don't flip upside down, I think Oz can handle this.
Yeah. So this will go. We're gonna go in order. Who wants to go first?
Oz.
Oz, yeah.
Oz.
Yeah.
Okay.
You can do
Oz.
it, buddy. Oz. Back
You
on the back.
you climb up onto this rope ladder. There is a rope ladder suspended from the ceiling in the middle of the pub.
All right.
You climb up onto it. You loop your arm or however you want to do into this. You are given the drink. So they ask if you are ready,
I am.
and at which point you need to Thunderwave is cast at you. So you need to make a Constitution saving throw for the Thunderwave damage.
All right.
Natural 20.
Okay. So
Nice.
you will take 3 points of thunder damage.
Okay.
There's an echoing thunderclap that echoes out 300 feet. But it shudders and you move. So I need you to make me a dexterity saving throw.
Oh,
Mm.
oh, that's wrong. Dexterity saving throw. That's going to be an 18.
Okay, that makes it. Now I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Okay.
All right, you got this. Come on, bud.
23.
You succeed. You manage to drink every drop of this, but it just burns the whole way. Like, it starts burning your lips the second it touches your lips, and it starts burning the entire way down. And it
So,
just
like,
continues to burn.
more so than even Starfire.
Yes.
Oh God! Wow! And then I'm gonna go over to the barkeep and be like, "You said this is Dwarven?
Yep.
Wow, Rick,
Yeah.
you'll see.
All right.
I
Who's-
feel like
All right.
I'm offended by I'm offended on our dwarves' behalf because of that.
Is it that good?
You'll see.
All right.
It's not good, but it's Dwarven.
I love it then.
Yeah.
I absolutely love it. All right, I want to go. I want to go now.
Okay, go ahead. Hop up on the ladder. You're
All
handed your drink. I need you
Alright.
to make a Constitution saving throw.
right, cool. I'm good at those. This is just a regular one?
Yep.
All right, 25.
Okay, you're going to take 6 points of thunder damage.
Ha, good.
Then I need you to make a dexterity saving throw.
Okay, I still have temporary hit points, so I'm just not going to take the damage. Do I see this dexterity saving throw coming?
Obviously.
All right, then that is a 19.
Okay, you succeed on your dexterity saving throw. I need you to make
Ooh.
me a Constitution saving throw.
Whoa. Get a little rowdy in here. 21.
That is a fail.
Fuck. I will
Ooh.
use a charge.
Okay.
I will use a second charge
Oh, here we go. 2 charges.
and have a 22.
That is exactly what you needed to succeed.
Woohoo! All right, we are, as we said when we came in here, we won't use charges for this stuff. Definitely
Well,
not.
I said that, and then the internet gave us charges, and that
I-
felt rude not to take advantage.
Yeah.
Right?
All right.
For us to use.
So, Wildfire, your turn.
Question?
Mm,
Pardon me, ma'am.
mm.
Yeah,
Or sir,
why not?
whatever you are. Am I allowed to try to stop the effects of a thunder wave from affecting me?
No.
Oh,
Then
good
you're not
question.
doing the thing.
my strategy.
It's about sportsmanship. You just got to do the thing.
Oh, by the way, Oz, this is great. I don't know what you're talking about this stuff.
No, that's what I'm talking about. It's great.
It's great. Yeah. Fuck yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like
Yeah.
I feel like you get some of this around Carrick Fairn, and you guys, that's the war.
Well,
You
you
guys
you
win.
Yeah.
don't have anything like this specifically, or you guys definitely haven't had this, but the Starshine is what they take from Bricken's homestead, and that is not as good as the Dwarven stuff that the
Oh,
dwarves
yeah.
have.
Right.
This is like a different. I forget what we specifically said the dwarves had, but I don't remember what I
I
officially.
think it was
called.
like dwarven holy water.
Yeah, that was something else, and I forget what I called that, but.
Ah.
Either way, so go ahead. So you climb up, Wildfire. I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
What's it against?
Thunder damage.
It's a spell, so I get advantage.
Yes.
Ah. Always looking for it.
18.
That is a success. So you will take 5 points of thunder damage.
Okay.
Now I need you to make a Dexterity saving throw. This you do not have advantage on.
I know, and this is my bad one.
Isn't this where Theron
Yep.
Yeah.
stumbled?
Mm-hmm.
19.
Yep.
19 is good enough. Now I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Yep. That dexterity saving throw.
I'm going to use a charge.
Okay.
27.
Okay.
Yeah.
We're good. All right. You guys are stumbling along.
I feel toasted.
Next up is Praise Be is the next place. So I need this is purple drink shot.
Ah.
No.
It's just straight up. They don't tell you what's in it. They just call it purple drink.
Oh,
You guys would know. Actually, you wouldn't know. Never mind. Clyde will tell you that people who are high-ranking members of the Cult of the Dragon, a defeated group in this world, the higher-ranking members were called Wearers of the Purple. And they don't really know why the people who dedicated their entire life to destroying them made a pub after a joke they made about honoring them. No one pretends to understand it. Constitution saving throws.
Sometimes people they
You
drink
guys-
with their bodies.
Do you think people around here ever wonder why they were like that?
I don't know what to say to me.
The people who made the town,
Wow.
making a drink that honored.
What if they didn't like purple drink? You don't know.
24.
it's true.
Yeah,
Rick,
but why would
20.
why would they sell it?
What'd you say, Sean?
20.
That's a fail.
Oh, charge.
Oh.
21.
21 is the number.
Oz.
How many more charges do I have?
3.
Oz.
And that's what I started with?
Yep.
Oz.
Oz passes out.
Oz is out of the running.
Oh no!
Oz passes out.
Oh,
He's so little.
So little.
But God, where's Gorm?
And Wave, he cuts back to Wave, and he's still just like there's people walking past him, and they're just like, why is he like that?
Wave.
Oz, you okay?
Oz.
You all right, Buckaroo?
Don't throw up, Oz.
Don't. Shut
You'll be all right.
up.
You'll be okay. Wave splashes water in your face.
Yeah, you didn't ask him to, but he just does it.
Oh God.
All right.
Prestidigitate something.
I need all right, so you guys all succeed from the purple drink. Now you're heading to Rosebud. And this is a hot spiced wine. It is way out of whack with what you've been doing so far. But it incites weird fever dreams when you drink it.
Okay.
So Constitution saving throws.
All right. Let's see. So, 25.
I'm gonna use a charge.
Okay.
Nice.
27.
All right.
Good.
Hey, Wildfire.
Yeah, Rick?
Yeah, I think Oz's birthday was last week, and we totally just forgot.
We should throw him one of those things where you invite the people and they all hide, and then someone comes out, and then you're like, surprise!
I think he would hate that.
Exactly.
All right, let's do it. If we remember. Otherwise, happy birthday, Oz. And I pick him up and we start walking to the next bar.
Yeah, I was gonna say, can we go on our way to the next bar? Do we happen to see a bakery?
Where are you? Rosebud?
Do we need to stop and go to a bakery quick?
You don't see a bakery anywhere near where you guys are at.
All right,
Yeah.
the next pub that we go to, I'm gonna see if they have cake.
Okay. So you guys now are heading to the House of Illusions. And this is Absinthe.
Ah,
The magical green fairy.
Yeah. Also, you all have seen a baby-headed creature. So this is a straight roll for all of you.
okay.
Ooh.
Because that is just bereft everywhere. Those weird ostriches with the baby heads. You walk in and you're greeted by an illusionary octopus, but the head of every octopus tentacle is a screaming baby head. And it's just different weird monstrosities of these illusions all over the place. And then they're going to give you an extremely powerful hallucinogen as a drink. So these are straight rolls. I'd like you all to make Constitution saving throws.
I'm gonna say that Oz wakes up in this place, and does a muffled scream like a.
23.
And now
Okay.
he's drunk and hanging out, but not pub crawling.
25.
All right, you both succeed.
Wow. I'm gonna be honest. This is my least favorite. Yep. Through
This-
everything we've been through, we're not asking about cake here.
Oz is gonna go up to Wildfire and be like, hey, Rick, watch this. I'm gonna go sleep.
You talking to me?
What?
I mean, you're talking to me. You
You didn't trick me. I didn't get tricked. Goodbye.
I lead the wave. I'm like, that's not what I sound like. And then it's not wave. I'm like, ah,
Who are you?
where is wave? Where did wave? Oh, there he is.
Where's Gorm?
where's Gorm?
Hmm.
And he's just like, I don't know, man.
We
I
see a
pick up
Gorm creature.
Oz like a bag of like garbage that you don't want to like hold too close to your body. Ah.
And while you're doing that, I try and like swing around to face you. Hey, Rick,
Yeah.
do you think the boys think I'm pretty?
I wasn't paying attention to that, but I will from now on and let you know what I say.
I just can't tell from a catch, because most of the time the guys they're like, hey, and then
You know
sometimes
what?
that one time the guy was like, hey, he tried to put a
I
mouth
just
in my
slowly
mouth.
turn your face away from me.
Okay, goodbye. Think
Yep.
about it though.
Okay. I think the white hair isn't helping you.
Okay, take it off.
Nope.
Okay, goodbye.
All right. Oz tries to start walking away, even though I'm holding him up.
All right. So moving on to the next one. This
Wait,
is
they have cake here?
Do you want to eat House of Illusions cake?
No. I mean, you could ask about it.
they're like, sure, we got cake.
Is it real cake?
Totally real cake.
It's not as magic. There's not gonna be a scream baby on it, is there?
I mean, it's kind of the whole thing.
I almost died in a screaming baby attack. It's true. So did she.
All right, let's go. Moving on.
All right, you guys move on to the next one. This is the Enclave. It's just an elven wine. Gotta make your Constitution saving throws.
You know what? This is pretty good for right now.
14.
That is a fail.
I'm gonna use a charge.
Oh, 28.
How many do I have left?
I believe in
You
you, Ulrich.
have 5.
Thanks, bud.
Okay.
Oh, you're good. You're good. You're so good. We got this.
Yes, 18 is good.
Okay, good.
All right, moving on to the next one. That is Bosco's, which is an Irish car bomb.
Ooh.
Ah.
You guys can go ahead and make Constitution saving throws. Actually, make me a Dexterity saving throw first.
Ah. Why?
I
Why?
said so.
Do I see this coming?
No, you don't.
Ah!
Or a magical effect?
Nope.
Fuck. 3.
Okay,
7.
7. Okay.
You got
This-
a 3?
Yeah, I suck at this. If I don't have advantage.
If we fail the
Oh.
dexterity, do we fail the pub crawl?
No.
Okay.
Sean, would you like to tell them what happens when you perfectly fail when doing an Irish car bomb? How that goes? Was it an Irish car bomb or was it a Jaeger bomb that you did?
It
that
was
with?
a Jaeger bomb.
But well,
the
let's do
principle
it the same way.
stands.
Yeah.
That is when you drop the shot into the cup. There's so little liquid in the cup that it bounces off the bottom. As you perfectly rotate the cup to drink it, the shot stays upright, and then you just drink the beer, and then you just have a shot, and then you have the shot.
Ah.
Oh.
That's failing.
But that is 2 drinks now, so I need 2 Constitution saving throws.
Ah.
Oh, okay.
I think your shot glasses are broken.
So, I got a 29.
So
I got
for the
a-
beer, you're good.
I got an 18 for the beer.
Okay.
And then a 28 for the shot.
I'm going to use a charge.
For the
And-
shot.
Yeah, and get a natural 20, which is going to be a 29.
Okay. All right. Then
Oh, gosh.
that was Bosco's. So that puts you guys at the last one. Had I actually read that my notes had a little ×5, I was also, when I read the Dragon's Bane one, I was like, why did I make the saving throw 18.5? But that's a little X, so it was supposed to be 5 shots, so that would have killed all your upfront ones.
Gotcha.
But and then you would have been rolling much earlier. But that's fine. So now this one's a percentile roll.
Oh,
Ooh. Why?
okay.
Don't question the pub crawl.
Aha.
Just roll it.
That's yep, no advantage here. Yeah, this is the last one, Ash.
Right. Percentile
Percentile.
61.
Okay, 61,
68.
68.
Ugh.
Okay.
Wildfire, I just want to let you know
Mm-hmm.
that no matter what,
Mm-hmm.
I got you back.
Thanks, Rick. I don't have yours. It's spiky and it
That's-
usually hurts.
That's fair. It wasn't like you need to reciprocate. That's
Oh, cool.
yeah.
She looks away from you a second, and then when she looks back at you, she's, "Oh there, traveler.
That
How long have you been standing right next to me?"
your whole adventure.
Oh, and I also need you both to make persuasion checks.
Yes. Solid good at these. A solid 6.
Good.
That's a -1 on that. So
What are we doing? Persuasion?
Mm-hmm.
yes.
18.
Okay.
Hey, guys.
Rick's
Guys,
flipping into
shh, guys. Do you ever feel like there's a part of us that like did something else where like Ember was gone and like I ran away and you guys were hanging out with other people and then it went away? Do you guys ever feel like that?
so I'm gonna be honest with you.
Mm-hmm.
You're really drunk, and
Yeah.
that's probably the dumbest thing you ever said.
Okay. I-
Little.
Okay. It's okay when I say it, but it's not okay when you say it.
And now I
Alright.
also need you all to roll a d6.
Oh no.
What are we rolling?
A d6, please.
4.
This is still pub call related?
Yes.
4 also.
Okay. I would like you both to make Constitution saving throws.
Are these against poison?
Oh wait, I should probably define that. Standby.
Okay.
While I look that up. So let's
I'm
see.
so worried now.
Why is that, Jake?
It's
Because
just a
I don't
lot
know
of
what's
rolls without
happening,
any
man.
feedback.
Yeah, well, see, carousing was a huge part of the founders of town. Sometimes there were strange encounters with pigs. You all
Right.
avoided jail time, which is good.
That's good. Yeah.
Somebody really hates Rick now.
That
One of the
sounds
one of the people in the bar is just like, he doesn't like the way you're talking to Oz. He does never met Oz before. He doesn't appreciate the way you were like kind of treating him more like a kid than somebody. He just doesn't like it. It's pissing
Fucking
him off.
someone gets it.
Is
Somebody
he also a halfling?
yes.
That
And
makes
then somebody else in the bar is just like really on board with Wildfire. It's just like, I don't know what it is about you,
You hot.
but I like you. I think
I mean, technically, she is very attractive.
that is true, but he just or they, I don't know what race or gender they are, but they are a big fan of you. And now I would like you all to make a Constitution saving throw as you have rolled on the carousal table, which is function of the pub crawl, that determines what kind of booze you have to drink. And that is a whiskey. So go ahead and make your Constitution saving throws.
Okay. Here we go. I managed 23.
Okay. That is a success. You manage to complete all 20 pub crawl pubs without passing out, without going unconscious, without throwing up. Oh.
Rick hugs Wildfire.
Oh, she hugs you back. Ow.
He doesn't notice. He's drunk. Oh,
Remember, starts, like, getting fiery a little bit because you know, like when people drink like alcohol, they turn really red and they get really hot.
Mm.
You're steaming off the alcohol.
Just like steaming little licks.
Whoops. I also forgot my whole other mechanic that's literally written at the bottom of the page. So, whoops.
Oh well.
Yeah. Which is an interesting mechanic, which is when you fail, you don't immediately lose. It was that like you go through stages of being drunk, and I forgot about that part. So really, the whole experience tainted by not doing that. But so like if the first time you failed, you would be tipsy and you would have advantage on charisma saving throws and against being frightened, and you'd ignore one level of exhaustion. And then as you go through, and you guys would have, in theory, I mean, I guess you could have all used charges. You know what I mean? To avoid having to fail, which was not a functionality when we did this the last time.
Okay.
So, like, because eventually, if you got to a certain point, you had disadvantage on all saving throws. So if you think about it, in theory, Theron's was even more impressive because by the time he failed his third drink, he had disadvantage on every save he made.
Oh wow.
Damn.
And then you also had memory loss. Then you would forget you would just lose everything. Movement required.
Where am I going?
Theron, at one point, when he was falling down drunk, everybody else had this. Your movement required a DC 15 dexterity saving throw to just move because you were so drunk.
Fuck.
And then you would fall out after the 6th stage.
Well, I'm just gonna say, people from there just drink better.
Facts.
Except for Clyde.
Except
Monkey stops.
well, from what I've
Monkey
heard of
stops.
her side, she doesn't seem like she does well with things that she should.
Yeah, it wasn't a real sentence, but yeah.
Yeah, like Wave when we get into a big fight and he's the fighter and he goes swimming.
And he hides. Yep.
All
he's
right.
also the swimmer, so maybe he's doing his job.
I guess it depends on the fight.
I guess.
So,
Whew.
you are all very drunk, and see, hang on. Let me just do one thing. So what did we decide happens when the reliquary tips? What was it? It's a D6, and I always forget what we
Take
said.
a break because Celine has to pee.
No, we got to figure out what it is before.
Well, we got to first roll for it at least.
D6, 1, 2 is good. 3, 4 is bad. 5, 6 is weird.
I think so.
I think
That
so.
works.
Who is rolling?
I'll do it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Good job.
Of course, 6.
So weird.
Yeah,
All right.
All right.
could be okay.
Could be okay.
Could be
Could lose
okay.
all of our fingernails again. Who knows?
These are all things that could happen. It's always weird.
It's always weird. We never get good ones. We got like 2.
Yeah.
Would someone like to roll a D30?
I don't have mine with me.
Mine's
I have
in
mine.
the other room.
Yeah, use yours, Celine.
Yeah, you got it, Celine.
29.
Oh, that's me.
Oh,
Oh
no.
no!
No. I feel like you make hard ones.
Most
For
of the
us as
time.
players.
I'm just, oh wow, we are fucking slammed for this too.
Wow!
All right.
Whatever
So
happens.
at this point, You
Do
guys
people
hear?
start flipping out because we
Uh,
won?
Yeah, we see. The
Wait,
thing
wait,
is, no one was ever really sure what would happen if it was ever completed. So like everyone's waiting for like a secret, like a explosion of fireworks, or like a glowing golden light, or like some treasure chest to open, and like some great thing to happen, because it was so built up for so many years that this is a thing that no one can do. And if it's completed, then like you did it. You did the thing. And like everybody's all like on edge in anticipation, waiting for something to happen. And like 15 minutes go by and nothing happens. You're all just sitting in there like,
Um,
Oh,
Okay.
well, that's mildly disappointing.
You guys
know-
want to see if we could get some cheese on fried potatoes?
That sounds.
who's in? Can I go? I go to the bartender. Can I talk to the chef, cook,
yeah.
guy? All right, I just go back in.
So at this point, you do hear now all of a sudden crazy fanfare happening outside the building, like music, trumpets, carnival music, all sorts of nonsense.
All right.
Uh,
Hey,
Rick?
Go
your
outside and
food
look it.
sucks, and I leave.
We go out and look at it. I go
What's
out.
up?
It's music. Let's go.
Ah,
You guys head outside, and you can see like some sort of weird wagon, kind of like almost like a carnival freak show style wagon, like with trumpets and horns, like coming down the street of the main kind of center thoroughfare of the town. And you can see a big sign on it that says Mazongo's House of Wonders. I don't know if Jake remembers that he made this, but he did. And it is a traveling goblin menagerie with all sorts of unique magical creatures.
aha.
It is 1 gold to enter into the menagerie and see all of the unique, mystical, and never before seen animals.
Aha.
Of the
From
Forgotten
the victor
Realms.
comes the spoils. And I walk up and slap down a gold.
And you are admitted entrance into Mazongo's.
Come on, us.
House of
Go,
Wonders.
go on.
Yeah, do you guys go inside? All of you, I
Yeah.
guess.
Yeah, we won. This is it. This is what we get.
All right, I need you all to make me insight checks at disadvantage, and I'm going to attack a -5 on top of this.
All right. Ah.
Ooh.
How do negatives work?
That's just tell me
What
the
are you
number.
looking at? Insight?
Insight with disadvantage
-2.
-5.
15. That's already minus the 5 and everything.
Okay.
12 with a -5.
What'd you say, Jake?
-2.
Gotcha. All right, yeah. This looks like there are sort animals the likes of which you have never seen. It is just wondrous, and you guys are all like blown away by these unique and crazy wild creatures. Wave is still freaking out, and Clyde really doesn't seem to say anything. She's like, wow, these are really unique creatures. She doesn't seem to know much about it. For the internet, Mazongo's House of Wonders is a goblin who paints certain animals different colors and glues different parts onto them to make them look like unique creatures that no one's ever seen before. And he just uses the 1 gold entry fee to just keep himself going, because it's way more than it would cost to let people through his menagerie. But they're all shithoused, and Clyde knows shit about animals. So they're all like, that was pretty good. And
Oh, holy shit.
God, you need to look at them so you can turn into these.
And she's just like, oh yeah. And she sees like, there's like a rabbit with a unicorn horn, but it's not an Almirage. It's just like a rabbit with like a horn glued onto it.
Oh.
But Clyde's like, oh, look at that. And then Clyde turns into an Almirage because they have those in there and also here. And then it's
Whoa.
just like, what is going on?
This is so cool.
So you guys traverse through the zoo, and like Mazongo at the other side is just like he's blown away. Like no one has ever had positive feedback for his really crappy traveling
I shook his
menagerie.
hand with both of my hands, like, wow.
And he's just like, is this a thing that happens often here? Because I should maybe just set up shop here.
I have never seen creatures like this before.
And he's like, well, you won't see him anywhere else.
Well, I'll tell you what, I've been zongoed. I would go through again.
Did you pay another gold?
Yeah.
He's like, this is the best. He's like, man,
Is that?
I feel like if I sold trinkets, I'd be rolling in the dough right now.
Mizongo's no Hank.
No, he's not. Where is my list? So yeah, you guys go through and have as much fun as you want at this crazy zoo, which is just weird animals with paint and glue and weird things glued to them, and it just seems amazing to a bunch of really drunk people. And he's just like a couple townspeople hear you guys come out like raving drunk about how amazing it is, and like they go in and they're like, I don't get it. I don't.
Oh,
really,
look at it. It's
I
like,
don't see the draw.
yeah, no,
It's
this
like-
is some sort of fucking tiger bat thing. Look at it.
Guys, this might be normal for them. We're not from here.
Maybe their animals are different than your animals.
Maybe.
They're not as fucking cool as what they are.
Yeah, I guess.
Why would there be a traveling thing claiming to have exotic animals, though? If these exotic animals are the normal animals for this,
Okay.
so either
Wildfire.
the owners from there, or we should start our own with animals from there, because then the people here will really lose their minds.
Wildfire.
Yes.
What you doing?
Just thinking about.
You're thinking about it. You need to not think about it.
Yeah.
Okay, where's Gorm?
Does anyone know where Gorm is?
Maybe Gorm got captured with the animals.
Mizongo.
You guys go
No.
through there.
Gorm?
Gorm is not in there,
Oh, Wave's got
and and Mazongo was like, "What's a gorm?"
Not really sure. He's not around that much.
like a lizard with a horn.
That may or may not be here.
Like a horned lizard.
Or like a unicorn lizard. A unilizard.
Oh man! And he's like, "Hang on."
A
He like goes into the
lizard.
back, and you hear him like moving around, and then he's like this, and he comes out with an iguana with now like a glued unicorn horn on it. He's like, "Is this Gorm?"
I grab him. Gorm! We found him!
I take him to Wave.
It's
And Wave's
basically
just
it.
like, "I don't know, man. Gorm?"
That's a better talk.
And he's just like, he's like, "Nah, man, but like, I thought he was bigger."
Well,
I
men
don't know,
tend
man.
to think
Gorm
a lot
had a baby?
Yards.
Baby Gorm.
Baby Gorm. Gorm is pregnant.
Mizongo, how much for this Gorm?
And he's just like, 20 gold. 20 gold pieces for this Gorm.
I'll look
That's
at you guys.
outrageous. I won't pay you a copper over 20 gold.
Deal.
Yeah.
You drive a
Yeah.
hard bargain.
Got him.
I don't think that was right.
No. I did the math. I got it.
Well, you
And-
are in charge of the party fund, so I can.
And I'm going to try drunkenly, after he puts it in his pocket, to mage hand pickpocket him and get the 20 gold back.
All right, I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to give you disadvantage with a -5.
Yep.
Oh, good luck.
Oop, that's a natural 1, so halfling. All right, it's an 8, but reliable talent.
Yeah, reliable talent.
Plus
Uh,
2.
I'm going to say you wouldn't have the thought to cast guidance at this point.
That's
Oh,
fair.
come on.
He's
21.
being stealthy. 21?
Yeah.
Yeah. You don't he doesn't see you steal your 20 gold back somehow.
All right, and then I'm gonna say to the fried potatoes and go and to a pub to get fried potatoes.
Guys, if we find potatoes, I can fry them.
I could
Swear to
also
God.
fry them.
Our powers combined.
Yeah.
So
any
Wave is like, he's got like a whole new purpose in life, and he's like, guys, I've been asking about Gorm, and all this time Gorm was just off being a mommy Gorm. Now there's a baby Gorm. Maybe this is my calling. I'll raise baby Gorm.
Yeah.
And then that's it. That'll be what it is. Wave and baby Gorm. Also Gorm.
The dynamic duo. I like this baby Gorm because he's pointy like me.
Yeah, and it is very much just like a regular old, like, medium-ish green iguana with just like a gold spirally conical piece of cardboard just glued right to the forehead.
People think you're dangerous because you got spikes, but you're okay. Look at you.
And it's just like, because it's an iguana. I mean,
That's okay. That's all the interaction I need to have.
yeah, so you guys will go in and you will get your fried potatoes.
Nice.
And during that time, someone, the town advisor, who you had met earlier, Tisha, she will come to you guys in the bar and see you all like drunkenly doing whatever it is you're doing with these potatoes, and like this newly reinvigorated Wave who's just like, and he's like sitting there and he's trying to train Iguana Gorm to fight. Like, it's an iguana. And he's just like, all right, Gorm. And he has like a toothpick and like a coaster, and he's like trying to like teach it as like a sword and a shield. Like, to teach it how to wield these things, fully not comprehending that like it needs to use its innate Gorm powers, not like wielding weapons. But he's like giving it like a toothpick, and it grabs it. It's iguana, it grabs a toothpick. And then like the coaster just kind of like, he like leans it up against the arm and it just like falls over. He's like, no, Gorm, you gotta keep your defenses up. Come on.
Need a good AC, Gorm.
Then he has another toothpick and he's like trying to like, block it, and like Gorm sort of turns and like the coaster falls over and like knocks the toothpick out of his hand. He's like, good shield bash, Gorm. Good job. So anyway, and she will come in and she'll be like, well, I hear you, I hear you did the thing.
We did a thing, yeah.
Wait, what thing is she talking about?
And
What
she's
thing
like,
are you
oh
talking
boy.
Be cool. Let her make the first move.
Yeah, well, things, right? Tell me about them.
Moves.
And she's like, the pub crawl.
I stood the whole time, no crawling. Well, he fell asleep.
So,
Only once. And he's so little, we just carried him.
Yeah.
So she says, so congratulations of being the first two people, at least documented anyway, to have ever done that.
Oh,
I go for a
right.
high five with Rick.
Yeah, high five. Do we roll dexterity checks?
Yep, roll dexterity checks.
Yeah, it's okay if you miss.
21.
4.
She's like right for it, and you were just like,
I'm looking at your elbow. I got it.
Rick's looking at his own elbow, and he just misses completely.
You gotta look at my elbow. You gotta look at my elbow.
You gotta look at my elbow.
Yeah, that's not right.
Do we look at our own elbows? Okay.
And she's like, so I'm gonna be upfront with you. Most of the founders of this town thought it would be hilarious to set up this great, crazy, almost impossible, supposedly impossible thing to do. Yeah. And then the payout is there isn't one. They're just a bunch of dicks. And you go
laughing hysterically.
You just go through this whole crazy, possibly dying, alcohol-fueled binge, and then nothing happens. Because that really, I only ever met some of them, but God, they were just such a bunch of assholes.
Like the worst.
Like the worst. but they saved the realms, so like,
That sounds like us. Is she talking about us?
No, we're not the worst. We're actually
we
pretty.
didn't save any
stoked.
realms.
That's true too.
Yeah.
We're working on it.
Well, you know what? The destination's the journey.
Well.
well, she's like, well, if you feel that way, then never mind.
And
excuse me, nice person.
Oh, is she?
Can you say what you were gonna say, please?
And she's like,
she just fucking said what she was gonna say.
No, don't say that to me. And that's mean. Don't be mean.
I'm not being mean.
Also,
Rude.
please, if you will, I would like to make a statement, and the statement I'm making is that please say what you're gonna say.
She says, all right. So my dad thought it would be, while his friends were a bunch of assholes, as we've already established, that is kind of a shitty move. And they were like, no, that's dumb. Don't do that. Just have that be the prize is there is no prize. They're just stupid and they did what we wanted them to do because we told them to.
Right.
And we didn't even tell them to. We just made something up. And he was like, well, that's kind of shitty, guys. And then they all died, and he was the only one alive. So, at least as far as he knows, or I knew. So, he had said that maybe there should be some kind of a prize associated with that. So, he had left a note behind to say if anyone ever did complete it, to go to his old house and take a look around, and within reason, I'm allowed to relinquish to anyone who completed this something from his old stores of stuff.
Oh shit! All right.
That's so cool.
Can we wait until we're sober to do that?
See, yeah, no. You definitely can. Like for a half a second, he had said that like, no, you should make it because like that still keeps in the spirit of being a dick about everything.
Yeah, that's pretty funny.
But I think we'll let you wait till you're sober.
All right, because otherwise,
thank you, nice
I'm
person.
drunk.
Hello there, Traveler.
Well, in that case, we should probably go to bed so you guys can get your cool toys.
What time is it?
Where does the bed
Time.
live?
I did it. She's got us beds.
In a bedroom. Beds live in bedrooms.
Oh,
Yeah, so she says, oh, why don't you come with me and we'll go find a bed and you guys can sleep this off.
cool.
On the way over, I'm gonna say, excuse me, Cedric. She fucking said her thing. Apparently not. You're welcome.
Yes, you're right. You're very right, Oz. Thank you, Tisha. I appreciate that.
I would like to see if the bar has a cake.
Clyde's like, oh, let's see, it's the same day, so she's like, this bar was carousal. You can make a percentile roll.
Oh, I'm down for cake.
55.
You're like, listen, I really want some cake. And that person before who was just like, I'm all about you, they're like, how about no cake? And they're like, you're really drunk, never mind. And they just walk away. And then the barkeep's just like, I got some like coffee cake.
It's not for me. Our little friend his birthday. Yep.
And they're like, hey, here, and they give you like a slice of what would look like a out of the box Entenmann's coffee cake.
So pretty good coffee cake.
Yeah, pretty good coffee cake.
I'm down with it.
It's not like it's coffee cake when you were looking for cake, but.
Do you have a candle?
And they'll like reach over to like a brazier and like pop off
You are a candle.
And pop off like a taper candle off the wall and like stick it in there.
Or go find us.
Oz, you're right next to her. She comes and finds you.
Oh shit! There you are.
Yeah, what up?
So now it's like half of it's melted.
Yep.
and
It's
they're
coffee
gonna
cake
walk
covered in
up
wax.
Happy
Birthday to you.
Real quick, guys, this is copywritten. We can't put
It's
it on
not
YouTube. You
anymore.
guys gotta...
It's
it
not.
isn't?
It's not.
Happy
to you.
from
No, they
us.
lost the copyright on that.
Good to know.
The chicks from like the
Dear
1920s who developed it. I'm pretty sure it's not
Sweet
copyrighted
bottle,
anymore.
my best friend who's been
Happy,
really cool for
happy
this entire time, and I'm really glad we hang out.
I only caught like half of that,
I'm
but
glad we didn't live in that alternate timeline. To you
Birthday to you. The white hair looks alright.
and anymore.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm sorry. Whose birthday is it?
Your birthday.
You're silly, and I boop you on the nose.
make a dexterity save. Make a dexterity check. Wildfire.
She punches him right in the fucking face.
8.
You poke him right in the eye.
Roll for eyes.
Roll for eyes. Don't roll a 1.
Yeah.
Everyone
yeah.
get you 20?
No.
Yeah.
Sean is.
Oh.
You're good.
Okay. All right.
Ah.
She just like uncomfortably pokes you in the eye. Doesn't like.
Oh
gouge
God.
you.
Okay. I
Doesn't
don't
like
wanna do
poke
this
it and
now.
then light it on fire.
You got
and
blood
use it.
candle.
I can't do this right now.
You got blood. God.
You also have half the depth perception you had before.
Okay, thank
Come
you.
on, blow out the candle.
I blow out the candle.
You blow out the candle.
Ah.
I eat.
I peel all the wax out.
Oh, thanks.
Takes the whole top crumb layer off the coffee cake.
There you go.
Now you just got dry fucking.
dry,
Fucking sponge.
just dry yellow sponge. No, none of the intricate fun part of a coffee cake is all gone.
Okay, thank you. Good
I
night.
only make fun of you a lot, but I'm glad you're around.
Okay, thanks. Thank you.
You're welcome.
You guys all sleep for a long rest, and we will go take a short break.
All right,
What a weird thing.
we're
Woo!
doing it. And you know what? Tons of fun though.
I mean,
Truth.
Big fun.
it happened. So we will be back in a little bit. Thank you all again for the donations so
Sure
far.
did.
Charges really came in handy, thanks.
Oh,
Well,
yeah.
no one would have succeeded
no, we don't.
at all without
Nope.
them. Although if I'd read a little further down my own page, then it wouldn't have maybe mattered as much. But either way, all right, we will be right back. We're back. So hi, internet.
What's up, internet?
Hello.
So thank you all for hanging around and for all those crazy donations and things. You guys wake up the next morning and you all have maybe a hangover. Make me a Constitution saving throw.
All right. Is this at advantage?
Nope.
Ah, fair.
27.
22. We're fucking monsters tonight, Celine. That's because this doesn't really matter.
Exactly. They're only good when it doesn't matter.
I had to use a lucky, but I got a 19.
All right. Rick and Oz have hangovers.
God damn it.
Bummer.
Did just do 25.
Ah,
Well, ho there and good morning, travelers.
you know.
You don't have to yell. You
Shut
don't
up.
have to yell.
Yeah.
Today is such a great day. We get to go pick magic items and help our friend Clyde.
Wildfire.
I
if
know,
you don't
Lace Out was such a
shut
good
up. I
thing.
am not going to cook for you anymore.
Wildfire,
Ever.
Wait, what?
I will take everything you own, including your new arm.
And your
If
thunder
you don't,
pants.
lower your voice right now.
Actually, Oz,
I
you're
was
getting kind of
I was just talking. I was just talking.
We're having a whisper day.
Oh,
Yeah.
It's a
Did you
whisper
learn
day.
Something here?
Oh.
Did you learn that from
Oh.
someone last night?
Actually,
Oh, look,
no,
I'm the
Wildfire.
leader. I just rolled. I'm the leader, so we're having a quiet day.
Wow. Wildfire.
No, you're the leader.
Could you please go check on Clyde?
Sure.
Thank you.
Will do. Do y'all want some coffee? I can get that.
Yeah,
for you.
yeah.
From-
Coffee,
yes,
water.
yes,
Coffee,
yes.
a mead.
Well, all right.
Actually, go to the other bar. Get me one of those gut busters. Okay.
All right.
All right, give me one of those. And
Don't let me smell it.
something like give me like just like a lot of bacon and a lot of eggs.
Okay, this went from coffee to like a full-on order, sir. I am not a waitress.
Look, I believe in you, and I appreciate it. And the second she leaves, I shut the door and lock it.
Wave.
What's up?
I need the stinkiest, stickiest shit you have right now.
He's like,
Oh, please. Please, oh, please, Wave.
and he's like, all right, man. And gives you, oh God, making me look up stuff. Something.
All right, I take that something to the head to cure my headache and my nausea. And then I save half of the something for later when this shit wears off and I need to reapply. Okay, I'm ready for today.
This would be, this would be, let's see. This is pretty potent stuff over here. Yeah, so this would be, this was from Zista. You guys remember Zista, the UNT who wanted to like possibly kill you guys in your sleep?
Yeah, she just offered to kill those guys in their sleep. We were cool.
So this was Black Mamba. That was from the Zista farm.
All right. Cool.
Yeah, so Clyde makes herself a pot of coffee in the morning.
Well, yeah, I was gonna like go
And
check on her.
She drinks from that, and then she's just like,
Morning.
well, like every other day, and she pulls out a chocolate cake.
Ooh.
I get
Me and
it's
Clyde sharing a chocolate cake.
yeah, it's like a
Breakfast.
chocolate ghetto cake. Like the cake is a lie portal cake, is what I imagine. You know that like
Wow.
chocolate with like this kind of strawberries on the top.
Yeah.
Oh,
fuck
nice.
yeah.
Yeah. Delightful.
That does sound good.
So, Clyde, what do you want to do to try and find your friends?
And she's like, well, she says, do you guys want to do your thing first?
What thing?
You're
Have
going,
breakfast.
well, not you, but the other two. Go get your thing or whatever.
Oh, damn. Yeah, that makes sense.
Look, I'm
Huh?
Wildfire. Are you gonna go get me some breakfast?
Well, yeah, I was gonna. Well, cause I was supposed to go
Because you're
check on
talking right now, and I could really just we could use some breakfast, please.
Well, are we all downstairs, or did like Clyde go over to their rooms after I left their rooms?
I don't know.
I'm confused as to the whole timeline.
We're all
Let's just say
downstairs.
we're all
We're
downstairs. We're all together. We all have breakfast, coffee, and cake.
That
Exactly.
sounds good.
That sounds good. All right. All right.
Yeah, I mean, they need to do their thing, man, but like we still need a plan.
Why are you talking like Wave?
Oh, it's a hangover cure.
He's just like, and Wave's just
Talking
like, yeah, man, totally, right, Gorm? And Gorm's just like,
Gorm Jr.
yeah, and he's like,
I
right,
know Gorm is at
right.
the tower.
Shit, now that we're not drunk, Wave, that's definitely just an iguana with
Where
the.
did we get an iguana? Wave, where did you get an iguana?
you guys told me to buy it for like 20 gold pieces or whatever from that weird goblin guy who had all the
That
cool
doesn't
animals.
sound right. That
Oh,
doesn't sound like
yeah. Wave, you owe me 20 gold for that.
Oh, okay, he gives you 20 gold.
nice.
Yeah, but we still need a plan, right? So what's our next move, Clyde?
And she's just like, I thought we were gonna go do the thing we just talked about, where they were gonna go get their thing.
Yeah, I'm talking about after that,
Oh,
girl.
why don't we? And she's
Let's
just
resolve
like,
one thing at a time.
yeah.
Okay, let's go.
I don't have enough
Ah,
capacity for more.
So you go then, we'll say, to let's see. Yeah, to kind of the building that's in between the Nature Training Center and the Temple to Mialiki. And that is where Tisha meets you in the morning. Or where she's there and she meets you when you guys arrive. And she's like, well, just haven't really been here in a while. But this is my dad's old place, and he said that based on the letter that he left, that you all get to pick, or the two of you anyway, who succeeded, get to pick something from inside, within reason. So one thing, I'll be the judgment on whether or not you can have it or not. And the only other stipulation he really made was you don't get to know what it is. You just get to look at it and then say, that's the thing that I want. And if I say it's cool, then you get to have it and you get to figure out what it does later.
All right, cool.
Before we do this, I do detect magic. That's
Okay.
something I have, right?
Sure.
Cool. So, like, when we go in,
So you guys go inside and you're almost blinded.
How's it smell?
It smells the kind of smelly
Like
smell
like
that
a
smells
bakery?
magic.
Ah, I imagine a magical bakery of scents.
Yeah. So this room, like you kind of enter into the main foyer, and it is it is like there's a nice, comfy kind of recliner chair with like a table next to it, and there's like a glass on it that was seemingly to have some kind of a drink. It faces the fireplace. On the wall are 5 chromatic dragon heads of all like ancient-ish dragon size. So the ones that you guys have never seen because you didn't fight that black dragon. But there are massive dragon heads in every red, red, black, blue, green, and white on the wall. And she's like, yeah, he hated dragons.
I can see that.
wow.
He killed all those, huh?
I mean, some of them he had help.
He wait. Some of them?
Which one's
If you asked him about it, he'd argue that he never had help with any of them, and he did most of the work the whole time. His friends were also there.
I get that, man.
I don't get that.
I don't understand.
That sucks. Everybody pulls their weight around here, and that's really nice.
He'd tell you that sounds nice.
Yeah. Hey, I'm sorry. Do you have water, maybe?
Yeah, there's a well out back. But she says we'll head through the armory to get to, if you want to head outside to the well out back.
All right.
So you guys head from the kind of the main room. There's like basically the only other room in the house. Like this is kind of a main like open kind of kitchen area. Like it is like the main entertainment area. There's there's the recliner, the table with the glass on it, the fireplace with the dragon heads above it, and then sort of like a very simple kitchenette in the corner. And other than that, this place is pretty kind of just like it's all hardwood floors, wood paneled walls, all stained like a nice natural kind of walnutty color. And then there's one other room that you walk into, and it is just like an Iron Man Hall of Armors, kind of just items and shit everywhere. And that's it.
Wow.
And then there's a door that leads out back. Like there is nothing else.
You grew up in this house.
Yeah, in the woods nearby, yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, well, you'd have to spend a lot of time outside.
Yeah, well, Dad was really big on nature. He founded the temple next door and started the nature kind of exploration survival
So this
training.
is just like a place to hang out.
Yeah, this is we'd sleep outside whenever we could, but as he got older and older, he just liked to sit in that chair, and drink and stare at that fireplace and look wistfully up at all those dead dragon heads and hope that some other adventurers of interest would come into town, that he could regale them with the story and then maybe provide some sort of assistance. But he always felt that he was too old to get back out and do any of that kind of stuff. His time was gone. It was on for new people to take up that mantle.
Fantastic. Well, he sounds dedicated.
He definitely was.
While they kind of peruse around, I want to say to, was it Tissa? Did I get that?
Tisha.
Tisha. I'm gonna be like, hey, so how you holding up? You said you hadn't been here in a while, and I know this was your dad's place. You doing okay?
Yeah, I'm doing all right. It's she's on in years
Yeah.
at this point. But she's like, yeah, it just, I mean, it was, home, as much as the woods and everything around here is home, and the temple and everything. But I don't know. It just, he passed a few years back, and it just, I didn't really see any reason to come in here. I don't have any need for any of this kind of stuff. If any of his friends are still alive, they didn't come back. So some of them, nobody knows where they're at. Some of them we know have passed just due to old age, but a couple of them might still be alive, but we never heard anything. No one stopped by. No one said anything. So I thought best to just lock it up and, kind of leave it for posterity's sake.
All right, cool.
But thank you. I do appreciate your checking up on me.
I lost my mom recently, so I know what it's like.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
Thanks.
So you all, as you peruse around, I'll describe some things, and as stated by this, you're given basically the description. I'll tell you what it looks like, and then you decide if you want it or not. And as long as there's not like a really huge reason to say like, no, you can't have it, you can, and then you'll figure out what it does later. So, all right. Let me try to read my own notes from 5 years ago.
Always fun.
Well, first of all, you can see that there is, an emerald green cloak, a dull brown/green cloak. There's a pendant with a unicorn head, Mealy Key based pendant. There is kind of a circlet that is vaguely draconic in nature, brass. There is a ring with a blue gemstone in it. Another ring that has sort of like, it kind of looks like the gemstone, and sort of the face of it is carved into like a wolf. There is 3 masks, a green, red, and white dragon mask. There is a magnificent helmet, chased with gold and silver with 3 yellow topazes. A black silk robe embroidered with adamantine thread.
Ooh.
A silver brooch shaped like the sun. A necklace that seemed to be made out of silver dragon scales. On a pedestal, there's just one singular acorn.
Always tempting. It's like a mystery.
There is a belt that is sort of the face of the belt it looks like a dwarven face. There is a necklace with several different beads on it. They sort of look like a clear container with some sort of glowing thing inside it with like a little pendant, a kind of charm hanging off of it. There is an amulet that is seemingly made out of a dragon, a large dragon tooth. What does it say? Open white palm in a circle adorns the right. Oh boy, I can't make any sense out of that, so we're gonna leave that one behind. All right, there's a big tortoise shell. There is a set of kind of verdant green chainmail. There is a set of plate mail that looks remarkably similar to yours, but lacks the spikes. There is another set of plate mail that is chased with kind of lightning pattern throughout it.
Nice.
There is plate mail that seems to be made from dragon bones. There is a chain shirt that is kind of glowing and radiant. There is armor that seems like it looks like it's crafted out of a bunch of different leaves stitched together in kind of different greens and browns and oranges. There's a set of scale mail that's clearly made from dragon scales in every chromatic color, and 1 brass dragon scales.
All right.
There is another chain shirt that seems to be made out of mithril, but it has like a dusting on it, like some sort of like on top of it,
like another material.
Sort of like if you didn't know that it was magic, you might think it was just really dusty.
Okay.
But it looks like it's kind of by design.
All right.
There's more.
All right.
There is I don't think there is a sort of black wooden shield that has a bunch of pockmarks in it as though arrows were stuck into it. There is a red, white, circular shield with a blue circle with a white star in the middle of that.
I like that one.
There is a shield that looks similar to Wave's shield with the eye in the middle. Let's see. There is a big, almost tower style shield that seems to be wrapped almost like in mummification wraps all around it. And atop it is a face with a horrified mummy face on the shield. And there's another very thin shield that it's almost imperceptibly thin, and it's just a perfect circle. There is a long sword that has a crystal doorknob as its pommel.
Neat.
There's a bow that has no string.
Mm-hmm.
There is a maul that is made, the shaft you can tell is adamantine, and the head is a material you've never seen before. It looks like it's made out of glass. It's transparent glass.
Right.
And it has rubies set into it, but the head of the maul is in the shape of a bell.
Okay.
There's a glaive with lightning bolts carved along the blade.
Ooh, I like that too, though.
There's a flail that also has a clear, transparent head with a large sapphire beset in the middle of it.
Mm-hmm.
There is a pike that's made of clear of elven nature. What looks like a plain longsword.
That one's probably the best.
There is a handle, just a pure handle with a carving of a sun on it. Same thing with a carving of a moon on it. A dagger with a skull as the pommel. A lance with red and orange flames along the length of it. A rod with 5 chromatic dragon heads. Let's see. There is what looks just like a regular old hunting knife, and a golden long sword with its hilt are 2 unicorns joined at the back with their horns kind of pointing out the opposite direction. They're joined by an emerald, and both of those have sapphire eyes. That is it.
There's just so little to choose from, you know? Oz, do you have an opinion?
Man, yeah.
Okay, I'll tell you what I'm leaning towards.
Okay, yeah, no, that's good. Narrow it down.
Yeah, so there's this maul here with the glass-ish head to it. Okay, there's that lightning glaive there. But then over here, there's this chain shirt that has some sort of shimmery dust to it. And I'm intrigued because it smells different.
But you don't wear shirts, man.
I know, but I'm very interested in it.
Man, if you should follow your heart nose. I mean, your heart or your nose, whichever. So, if you're intrigued, you go for it, man. You got a lightning axe. Do you need a lightning glaive?
No, but it would be on theme.
No, it's not a harpoon, man. That's your theme.
That's true. That is good. That is all right. So we'll take the axe out. Or the glaive. The glaive out. All right. New third option.
Gotcha.
I was thinking about this before you eliminated the other one. What about the acorn, man?
No.
No?
No.
What could it be, though? It's like the mystery box, you know?
Well, it really depends if Ted goes along with Sean's original plan or
I don't know what that means.
Yeah, no one else does. It's just me. So
so you're saying no.
Well, I don't know. Ted, did I ever tell you that one of them was a stinking cloud?
You did.
Okay.
But
yeah, I don't know, man. You don't usually use acorns in cooking.
I know. That's just the part of me just wants likes the randomness of having no idea.
Okay, then why don't you
Wildfire,
just...
do
It's
you
a
have an idea?
mystery item. It could even be a glaive.
Yeah, it could even be a glaive. Just a regular one. Wildfire, what are you looking at?
None of the weapons, none of the shields,
Right?
none of the armor.
That's a good point. What about this chain shirt that seems like it's mithril, but also has some shimmery shit on it?
Am I allowed to use those?
No, you can only wear the elven chainmail that you're currently wearing
Right?
because it provides you proficiency in itself.
Unless it is also a set, unless it happens
Right,
to
it could
be
also be. Yeah.
magic
Does
elven
it
chainmail.
look
But
like magic elven chainmail looking at it?
I was gonna say comparing my two, does it?
I guess you guys can make an insight check. I don't know.
Being, a blacksmith myself, and I know elven techniques are kind of lame, but so that's a natural one. So
12.
bad. See, now that it's important again,
26.
too. Yeah, thank you. Thank you.
That does not look like the Misty shirt there.
Yeah, I don't
sorry,
think it's-
delicate looking chain shirt, forged from a silver white mithril alloy that gleams like starlight is the actual description. My mistake.
Oh.
So that looks like a chain shirt, or it does not necessarily look like elven chainmail, though it could be of elven make. In theory, as we've discussed in past with these things, is a chain shirt made by elves, not elven chain shirt.
Yeah, but it also has
Is
to
plate
be...
mail made by dwarves, not dwarven plate?
I mean, I agree.
Yeah.
No one made that argument. So there we go.
Based on detecting magic, can you tell what needs attunement?
No. And then the other one, you would be the sort of this armor, the green chainmail. This armor's minuscule rings are a pale green color that turn brighter when exposed to the sun. That one does seem similar in nature to the one that
she's wearing.
she's currently wearing. Yeah.
Ooh, so man, that could be a like a sideways upgrade for your armor, maybe, but we don't know.
Maybe.
What if it's not?
Yeah, that's the thing. Okay, were you looking at any of the regular items?
Maybe the masks. I'm trying to see, like, because I wrote down things quickly. Maybe the black robe that had like, what is it, mithril like chain in it?
Yep. No, adamantine.
Or adamantine, yeah.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea.
Yeah, I mean, if we're going based purely on description, that sounds like a solid bet for you.
Yeah. So I was looking at that, and then maybe like I don't know, what are like the basic things, like a ring or like a brooch or something.
Yeah, there was definitely.
I'd go with the cloak. It sounded interesting. Go with your instincts. Because I feel like at least that way you're using its description. I feel like with the rings and brooches, like
I got like there's not.
The description only tells you so much.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, yeah, I'm thinking that that was where I was kind of thinking.
That's a good idea. I like it. I'm gonna lean over to Oz and be like, "Hey, did you want any of these things?"
No, man.
None of them.
No.
Nothing like spoke to you.
I don't know what most of them do, and like the ones I do know what they do, I can't do them.
Okay. That's
and
fair.
You earned it, buddy. I respect this. I appreciate you, bitch.
I forgot that you got like this. Now I kind of understand why he's like that, I think. That this might be part of it.
Well, I mean, I guarantee my hangover is not bugging me as much as you.
Yeah, that's fair. That is fair.
So yeah, man, go with your instincts.
Thank you for all of the helpful advice. Wave, what's up? You have an opinion? Nah.
Nah, man.
All right, cool. Thank you.
For sure.
I mean, why don't you just like throw a rock and whichever one you hit, you take that.
Or like close your eyes and point a finger.
Because
And
you
then
like random
red
shit.
button, and whatever you stop on, you take that.
Yeah.
Except that cloak, because I think I'm gonna take that cloak.
You're
You
gonna
like
go with the
random
cloak?
shit?
That
Or the
makes
robe.
sense. What?
As a robe.
A robe.
Yeah.
All right.
Like a bathrobe or like a wizard robe?
Like a wizard robe.
Okay.
I take the large maul. Because we were talking about how I needed one of these.
Oh yeah, but we just gave you you gave you
Waves.
waves, which crits
Yeah,
on a 19 or 20
Yeah.
and is a +1.
Yeah, but it's also just a Warhammer. It's got those lame dice, which I could use versatile for
It's a D10.
I know. Fine. Look, you said go with my gut, and that's what I was thinking.
I meant, well, that
Go
was
with your gut unless we don't think you should.
unless it's a dumb move.
Okay. Well, what's your opinion then?
No, it was more. I don't have a problem with you taking them all. It was just Oz would definitely have argued with your rationale.
All right, cool. All right, ready? Then, what's your opinion then? But this time in character.
You should. I don't know anything else really. I mean, you could take it, but just like that shouldn't be the reason why.
All right. What was that double horse-headed statue thing right near the end of that list, Ted?
Oh, that wasn't the statue. It was a longsword.
Oh, with the two things facing.
Yeah, it was
them?
just that was the hilt was a unicorn.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I there were a lot of things.
There were a
Yeah,
lot of
just-
things.
Shit.
What? Rick's attunement slots are all
They're all
are like
full.
all filled like
Plus
3
some.
times. Yeah. Yeah,
That's
man.
also true.
Since we don't know what any of them are, yeah. Shot in the dark.
Just pick one that you
Ah.
think you'll use.
I hate this. I do. Shit. Well, I thought I might use that maul, but apparently that's the worst single decision that I could
No,
make.
man. Go for the maul.
After the acorn, which was my first initial thought. That got shit.
Go with the mall. You were
Yeah.
happy with the mall.
Now I'm in my.
Now
own
I'm not
head.
happy with them all.
Yeah. I will take one of the rings. Bam.
Okay.
Fine.
Alright. Wow, that was a roller coaster ride.
You
Yep.
should have gone for the mall.
Now it's too late. I didn't want it anymore.
We could only pick one. We couldn't get them all.
There. Oh. I miss Pat.
Yeah. All right. So, did you want the ring with the blue gem, or the ring with the wolf on it?
The wolf ring.
Okay. Cool. You have the wolf ring, and Wildfire has the black silk robe. Okay.
Alright.
So you have those, and she doesn't turn you away from that, and then you guys are able to go outside and get some water from the well out back.
Nice.
Cool.
Cool.
Yeah. Or baby bear cubs just like running all over the place.
Oh
Cool.
gosh, they're
Aw.
cute.
Very cute.
Very cute.
Mm.
Can I contemplate on this item?
Yeah, can I
Sure.
concentrate
You
on
can
my item?
contemplate on both of your items.
Yeah.
All right. So unfortunately, Jake,
That's okay.
you, good sir, have found yourself a ring of animal influence.
All right.
The only benefit to that is a ring of animal influence is not attunement.
All right. What does it do for me?
That gives you 3 charges. That 1d3 charges come back daily at dawn. You can use an action to expend one of the charges to cast Animal Friendship with a DC 13. Fear with a DC 13 targeting only beasts with an intelligence of 3 or lower, or Speak with Animals.
Oh, all right. I like speak with animals.
It's like,
And
that's
it's-
one of the better things you could have gotten because it's something you can actually
Yes.
use.
Yeah. I cast animal friendship on the bears, the cubs.
Okay. They gotta make a
DC 13 save.
yes, which is a wisdom save. 13. So that's. I mean, they still come over to you, and they're just like little roly poly, bear
Nice.
cubs, kind of like grabbing their feet and kind of just like rolling all around.
Nice.
Gosh, that's adorable.
It is adorable. All right, so, you, Wildfire,
Mhm.
have
Mhm.
what is this? Let me just check one thing on your character sheet before I get this going here. So, first of all, this is attunement. This
Of
item.
course.
But it also doesn't function if you're wearing armor
Oh,
because it sort of takes the place of armor.
okay.
Let me just see. So this is 15. So this is this becomes your armor class. It's 15 plus your dexterity modifier.
Oh shit.
Which I believe for you is actually exactly the same
Yeah,
as the
maybe.
elven chain. But it is not considered armor, so there's that.
It's one above.
Oh,
Nice. That's not
so
bad at all.
You improved your armor class.
Yeah, it bumps it by one.
Yeah, it would. It would be 15, so it'd be 17 would be your AC.
Yeah.
And it does, however, once a long rest, you are able to cast the 6th level cleric spell Blade Barrier
Oh shit.
once per long rest, and you can move through it without taking any damage while wearing the vestment, which normally you cannot.
Okay.
Wait. You said it was 16 plus your dex mod.
15.
15.
15 plus your dex mod. And can anyone wear it?
It's attunement.
Yeah. But
Oh, no, you're not allowed to have that. Sorry.
Can anyone wear it?
No, you didn't have any good input earlier, so you're not allowed to have this.
I was just curious.
Just curious. You would be curious, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it would bump my AC to a 20
Yes, that would be good for you, actually.
From what?
from a 17.
Yeah, but this would put me to a 17.
Yeah, that's fair. I mean, you earned it. You want it. If you want to keep it, you can absolutely keep it. I was just asking if
We'll see, because I have
if it was like specifically for spellcasters or if anyone could wear it.
First off, Blade Barrier is a sweet spell.
It is a sweet spell.
Is it?
It
Yes.
is.
60-10 slashing damage, and you can set up a big area of razor sharp blades that just swirl through the area.
Mhm.
Oh, that's cool.
And you can move through it without taking any. You're immune to it, basically.
Yep, and it provides 3/4 cover.
Yep.
Ooh.
Which is a +5 AC if you're inside.
Yeah. Yep. Wow, this thing is sweet. All right, next time we get into a serious fight, this is a great thing to do.
Mhm.
So
It is concentration, but that's fair.
yeah, I mean, so just so you know, Jake,
Yeah.
the mall that you decided to not get,
Yeah.
it was a +1 mall,
Okay.
but it deals an extra D6 thunder damage
Oh.
every hit.
Ah.
And you can use an action to strike the ground, and all creatures within 20 feet must make a dex save or take 48 thunder damage and be knocked prone.
Nice.
And that's once per long rest. That
Was that attunement?
it was attunement,
Yeah.
as was the glaive,
Yeah.
but the glaive was a +1 glaive that allows you to cast haste on yourself once a short rest.
Oh, that's actually pretty damn cool, though. What was the other star glowing chainmail?
The mithril mist chainmail.
Yes, that's the one.
the Mithril Mist chainmail was a +1 Mithril shirt. But you could, as a bonus action, have it kind of activate, and it shoots forth a billowing silver mist, like a cloud around you, and it basically makes you like for everything except for you. You have what is that? You're like not concealment, but it's like it's heavily obscured.
Oh, okay, cool.
So people can't see you,
Right,
but you can see out of it just fine. And that was a minute, once per long rest.
Nice.
That could happen. The other chainmail was indeed, it was millennial chainmail, which has a different connotation now than it did back when it first came out. But it was essentially elven chainmail. But it gave you, as long as you were out in the daylight, it gave you like regeneration. So like every round you healed 5 hit points if you were in sunlight.
Oh, nice.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
All right, fantastic. Well, Tisha, thank you so much for following in your father's footsteps, showing us his amazing collection, and granting us access to these wonderful gifts.
Well, I mean, you earned them.
I'm gonna like lean over and whisper to Oz and be like, "Do you think if we complete the pub crawl again, we get to pick another prize?"
Probably not.
Probably not.
Like, is it just like a one-time thing? Did we kill the pub crawl?
I don't know. But at this point, I think we're disqualified.
Oh.
Well, we won, so it's not really disqualified. It's just completed.
I guess disqualified from future winnings.
Nah, that's quitter talk.
See?
Disqualified.
You just... It's like my opinion matters not. Not.
And Wave's like, yeah, Gormy, like this. It's like with the little toothpicks.
That's not Gorm. That's
not what you said. And if I've ever said anything, it's when someone tells me something one time, I believe it wholeheartedly without fail.
Okay, but
Nope, you told me another thing once, and I don't listen to anything past the first time.
Okay.
Conviction.
So
that's the triad, baby.
Yeah,
that's not that. So Clyde, we were talking about trying to pick up your friend's trail where we last.
Okay, so
yeah.
She says, let's go back to the notes. So she tells you, well, you have your one line in there about a lazy combatant from a land that no one knows. Yeah. So I think it all signs point to that guy I was telling you about who got himself banished because he made really poor decisions. So obviously I had no thought to ever try to look for him because he's in a place that no one ever heard of and he couldn't ever really describe it. But like I know him, so I could now in theory try and scry on him.
Okay.
But
idea.
He was never someone I thought I would be like, oh, I gotta find him over everybody else.
All right, then let's find everyone else.
He was sort of like bottom of the list of folks.
All right.
Cool. Cool.
But that's a lead, right? That's somebody, maybe.
It's not nobody.
Yeah.
She says, she told you again she had no concept of the Warrior of Bone, the warrior or the hero of light, the acolyte of death. She had no idea she had no like thoughts as to who that would be.
Okay.
All right.
She told you she did know somebody who played music.
But that he was in Red Larch, and we found out that Red Larch was destroyed and everyone was killed.
Yeah.
Right.
So
no, she says,
presumably this guy's dead.
Right. But there is a lot of talk here about people that died.
That's a good point.
like there's a lot of people who fell before their time, who died.
I
and this,
died.
that, the other thing. So
I
like
was
maybe
reborn.
that's an option, right?
Yeah.
Well, I didn't even
Wade
think that
died
we would.
too.
I didn't think.
Maybe
I didn't.
some people.
Literally everybody here died except for you, Oz.
Yeah. You guys. I think that means I'm winning, and I should be leader.
Well, what if we just killed you once and then brought you back?
That seems like cheating. That seems like
Even out those numbers.
we'll talk about it later.
Later, great.
Okay. Sorry. Continue what you were
Okay.
saying, Clyde.
So these other friends you were talking about finding, you
Well,
said
I
you
don't-
tried to scry them.
Yeah, and I couldn't find them.
Ah,
They didn't show up, so I tried both of them.
do you have any other spells now that you're feeling better?
Maybe. I can definitely.
Think about it.
See,
what you're doing is you're not thinking about it. You gotta think about it.
Yeah,
Oh,
think
well,
about it.
you're really giving me mixed messages here, but all right. So yeah, let me see what I can do here. Let me look at my spells real quick. Well, I have scrying, as we talked about. I have find the path, which if we're really hurting for something, I can use that to try to point me in the right direction. So it allows me to find the shortest, most direct physical route to a specified location that I'm familiar with on the same plane of existence. If I name a destination on another plane of existence, a destination that moves, or a destination that isn't specific, the spell fails. For the duration, which is a day, as long as I'm on the same plane of existence as the destination, I know how far it is and in what direction it lies. While I'm traveling there, whenever I'm presented with a choice of paths, I automatically know which way to go. So I can't just say, like, show me where my friends are, because they could, like, if they walk 15 feet from where they were, in theory, this spell will fail.
Nah.
But, like, if we had an idea, if we scried on someone and knew where they were, then I could say, okay, let's go there.
That place specifically.
That place. Like, if we can identify, like, oh, somebody was in this town. Then, or like, I saw somebody, in my mind, I feel like if I see a place, then I would consider myself familiar with it. So I could say, I want to go to that place. Like, even if that's like in the middle of the woods and I don't know where it is, but I saw it, then I could say I want to go to there, and then I can go to there.
All right. Actually, you could come to there.
I could.
We could all go there.
She said I couldn't go back there either because I don't have a tuning fork attuned to it. So I could plane shift there, but I don't have a tuning fork attuned to there because that was never a thing I thought I'd have to worry about.
Well,
we can
next
pick
time-
it up for you.
Yeah,
next time we're there.
And she says, and if we have to go get this guy from Limbo, we should probably get a tuning fork
From there.
For that place. I don't know how
that's a great
hard.
idea too.
Oh, and that other place that we gotta go to.
Right.
No, we
Yester
could
Hill.
just take the tower there.
Yeah, but I mean, we could take the tower to any of these places, maybe.
Well,
we could
if
take
the tower has a
to Limbo.
place, again, as a DM, if the tower has a location there, then yes, you can.
Aha! So maybe we can go to Limbo.
Maybe
Possibly.
we can. But first, in all of your drawings, why don't we go back to the tower?
Okay, you will say you guys transport via plans back to the tower.
Okay, and there was something I wanted to try, Clyde.
Okay.
So let's the five of us go into the prophecy room. I want to see if anything changes when we have more people there, if there's, if we're getting any kind of sign from the prophecy itself that we're on the right track.
Do like the lines where we go light up. It's like, oh, this is
Yeah,
you.
I just kind of like want to check
I'm
out
like
the
a dwarf
prophecy
who
room.
likes
See
to
if I can
cook.
find
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so we'll say you guys all go in to Veilguard Spire into the prophecy room. And yeah, we'll say that as you look at the prophecy, all of you together there, you kind of, as you're reading through it, we'll just say for the sake of this, everybody reads through it all together.
Mhm.
And you watch that as you're reading through, a warrior of water searching for his meaning kind of grays out.
Okay.
Ah,
And a child reborn of fire in a place forever gleaming grays out.
Ooh.
And then a champion of the Woodland Realm who lost a powerful book grays out. As does a prickly dwarf that loves to fight and also loves to cook, that grays out.
Hey,
And then a wielder of the Shadow's Blade who likes to sleep in wagons also grays out.
Ooh.
All right.
So it seems like the other parts have not been figured out yet, and obviously the beginning stuff that's kind of just all informative. You doubt that ever will.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Good. So we know we're on the right track. This is awesome. I'm getting very excited.
I'm also very excited.
Ooh. Oh God.
You right?
Yeah, I'm in character.
Yeah, no, I know. That's what Light is saying.
Sorry. Yeah, I just
I'm
need
also
to...
in character.
Sorry. I take. He takes the rest of the whatever wave gave him to the head. Sorry, the headache was coming back. So we're on the right track. I'm very excited. This is good. Now, Clyde, when you were drawing the pictures, when you were before, you were always drawing Flint, Theron, the weird nebulous blob, and then the dragon, not dragon. Have you tried scrying the dragon, not dragon?
And she's like, no, I never did, because I just assumed that they would be together because they were always together. That would be silly. If I couldn't find them, I probably couldn't find both. But, I mean, I guess that kind of makes some degree of sense.
Yeah, it's been 40 years or something.
Yeah.
Or do you...
But, I mean, he's a dwarf. He should be alive.
Yeah, no, totally. But, like, maybe...
What about... do you have any other ideas?
Well, like I said, it depends, right? I mean, I know a guy who really liked dragons a lot. A lot.
Okay. Well, maybe...
So he could be also maybe a dragon. Or maybe it's metaphorical. Like, maybe also a dragon because he liked them. And maybe he knows a guy who knows a guy who is a dragon. He also had a lot of dragon eggs that he liked to show off.
Huh.
Neat.
Yeah, they were all like weird and gemstony.
Huh.
Okay, do you want to scry him?
I could do that, I guess.
Yeah, just start scrying people.
Just start scrying people.
Do it. You got it.
Yeah, man.
That's how magic works, right? You just do it.
Sure. So she's gonna scry.
The way Wildfire does it, yeah.
So she's gonna scry on Eddie. And she doesn't find Eddie, but it's weird in that, like, it's not that he's like, when she tried to scry on some of the other folks, like, it just came up as like they're not there. It's kind of got like her scry is sort of like repulsed.
Okay.
So it's like blocked by something, which feels different than it just flat out failing.
Okay.
She's like, she tells you this, and she's like, well, that's new.
Oh, maybe, I mean, there's some magic that protects you from that stuff. Maybe he's just wearing a thing.
Maybe.
Yeah, plus he likes dragons. Dragons are good against spells, right?
I mean, kind of.
Wait, does your spell work if they're not in the same plane of existence?
Let's see. Physical connection. Okay. So same plane of existence.
All right, maybe that doesn't help. That doesn't really help.
That's true. How many times can you scry today?
I can do at least one more.
All right. Yeah, let's try the.
I can do more than that, but I can do at least one.
At least one. What about the your dragon buddy, not the dragon guy?
Sure. Yeah. No, I can definitely give that a shot.
All right.
And she's just like, and like I said, right, I knew a guy who played an instrument, I don't know about penning a rhyme, but I mean, I guess maybe. So that could fit your. That's literally what it
Yeah.
says.
That's what it says. Well, we'll check that out too.
But like, if that's something, I guess, if you take a look at the way some of this wording is, if people are dead, right? Feast for crows makes me think that that person's dead, right? Because that makes it. That's what you call when someone dies.
Mhm.
So like, if these people are dead, it might just be tracking down their body and then bringing them back.
Mm.
Honestly,
expensive proposition.
I had never assumed that all these like were a bone and the feast for crows. I feel like that was shit that happened before, and we would kind of show up and they would be fine again. I didn't think that we would have to.
Bring them
Bring it
back.
Shit, man.
Well, yeah, I mean, maybe, right? You could, it says
Yeah.
once was a feast for crows, so maybe they died and then they got brought back.
Yeah,
Can you guys do that?
we did that with me.
Yeah.
but
I can do that.
we didn't do it. We asked someone else to.
Yeah, but that was right before Wildfire got the ability to do that.
Oh, okay.
And I have diamonds.
Yeah, that's why we bought those diamonds.
Mm-hmm.
You know what they say, diamonds are a dead girl's best friend.
Yeah, yeah. You know what they say is don't let Sean be around somebody who can cast reincarnation.
What are you talking about? I don't understand.
And she's
What?
like, well, I can bring them back, but not the way they were originally.
Mm-hmm.
I have more questions for you about that. That is intriguing.
I can bring them back. I can create a new body for them.
Ah.
All right. Well,
But they have to be dead no longer than 10 days.
Oh,
Then I can
Well,
bring
maybe
them
we'll
back
get lucky.
in a new body.
who knows?
Hey, we're running out of prophecy juice again. So
let's do it.
She's like, yeah, I don't have anything that high. I can bring... And she's like, holy shit, wait a minute. Do you want your arm back? I can just grow that back for you.
I would love that. Thank you.
that's dope.
It's like, okay, hang on. And she takes a minute and casts regenerate and grows your arm back.
Cool.
I'm gonna run the prosthetic arm back down to the vault.
Okay.
And you can reattune to something.
Who has
Yeah.
the? What's the one that I wanted?
I don't know.
The new thing you just got.
Physical armor.
Yeah, but I'm thinking if I want to use the attunement slot to just gain 1 AC when I'm never really in
Ah,
the fray, and see if Oz wants it, because like it would be a bigger bonus for him.
Fair.
maybe Oz has something cool he could trade with you, like his winged boots.
I did forget I have winged boots, but I do
Yeah,
have winged
you're
boots.
fully attuned up, I think, right now.
Yeah.
Give me those. Who has the belt right now that lets you reroll ones?
Rick
You
does.
got it? Okay.
Yeah, you could have that though.
Mm.
That's no problem at all.
Are you currently attuned to that, Rick?
No, I am not.
You just
Okay.
have it.
I have a spell gem that I'm not attuned to. It could get you an extra 3rd level spell slot.
Well, maybe.
I
Oh, we can figure this out off stream,
All right.
right?
mean either that or the winged boots.
If you want to make that trade, I don't think I have anything else that would work well for you.
I'm debating whether I want the boots or the belt.
Hmm.
All right. Well, think about it, and
I'll think
we'll keep doing story stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, so she just brings all that stuff up about the potential, what's it called? About people possibly being dead, bringing them back.
Sure.
Hmm.
Well, maybe we can find I don't know, if you get like a group discount bringing people back? If you bring like 6 or 7 back at the same time?
I don't know that, maybe.
Ah, all right, cool, maybe.
I mean, I'm sure with our new resources and the new gems we get every day with our ring of new gems every day,
Yeah.
and the
Mhm.
goodwill we have built up with the Court Citadel, that we could probably work something out with them once we get back to Everend.
Yeah, probably.
Makes sense. It's the ring of passive income.
Yeah, it's a great ring.
Right ring.
So, she will attempt to scry on Ferdinand.
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 see here. Here's the
Ferdinand.
scrying. Okay. Failed save. Target. The spell creates an invisible sensor within 10 feet of the target. You can see and hear through the sensor as if you were there. The sensor moves with the target, remaining within 10 feet of it for the duration. A creature that can see invisible objects that sees the sensor as a luminous orb about the size of your fist. Okay. All right, yeah. So she, her vision is sort of pulled into this invisible sensor. And some time goes by, and she tells you that she's utterly confused because she saw Ferdinand and she didn't see Flint, and she's very confused and very worried.
Can you, when you scry? Oh, sorry. When you scry, can you see anything around the thing that you're scrying, or just the thing?
No, within 10 feet, so she could see around it and she can hear.
Like, what kind of an environment was it in? Was he in?
Let me just confirm Sword Coast real quick.
That's fair.
Sword Coast map. Here. Slowly loading. Here, over here. It's like that's not really how that works, but this is my Forgotten Realm, so we're gonna make it up. It's like volcanic, like lava, and he's just, and she tells you that he's just like curled up and like not just kind of like head under wings, just like curled up in a ball, just like sitting on a rock amidst a sea of lava.
Oh.
All right. Well, I mean, let's go get your dragon friend, right?
Yeah.
You are friends with him. He's not going to attack us, right?
She's like, I think he's friends with me. I was friends with Flint. And he always had a good feeling about everything.
Okay.
But I also, I'm just positing if he's there and Flint's not, then something happened to Flint. That would explain why I can't see him with the scrying spell.
Right.
Well, I mean, he'd be able to tell us where Flint is, right? He's a
I
dragon.
can cast this Speak with Animals spell now.
He doesn't really talk.
I can cast a Speak with Animals spell though.
He's a dragon. He's not an animal.
But that didn't work because Clyde could have done it.
Yes, but did Clyde ever do that?
I feel like that would have came up.
I feel like it totally would not have to.
I don't know. Either way.
Well, back then, all he was able to say was his name.
Yeah, he's smarter now. Anyway, I'll try.
And she's just like, yeah, I don't know if. Well, we'll see. We can go there. My only worry, I'm sure it'll be fine. But my only worry would be like, well, if something happened to Flint and now he's all alone. And I just sort of left and went to there, and I wasn't there when something happened to Flint, then he might be mad at me about that. Because I was just like there, and then I just wasn't.
No,
that's kind of how it went.
So I'm confused because he's not smart enough to tell us where Flint is, but he is smart enough to hold a grudge for 50 years?
On his behalf?
I mean, maybe.
Well,
right.
You know what? Worst case scenario, it attacks us and we kill it. Whatever.
She's like, I guess.
It's just like it's not even a dragon. It's just like a dumb half dragon. Idiot.
Yeah, guess we could do that.
Yeah, I mean,
Unless he's maybe a dragon of the prophecy. Maybe we should, like, if he attacks us, we just retreat and come back at this later.
Do we? I hate retreating.
Yeah, I know, and it's never.
I know what you mean. But for now, let's go find that place.
And she's just like, all right, well, I can now cast find the path and concentrate on it for a day, and it'll take us that direction for a day. And I can keep casting it again, I guess. But she's like, but I was thinking, Wave, I have an idea. I feel like you really are connecting with this Gorm Jr. here, Gormy, whatever you're calling this one. Would you like to be able to connect with it even more? And Wave's just like, I don't know what you mean, man. And she's just like, but like, wouldn't it be cool if Gorm could talk? And he's like, whoa, I don't, what? She's like, no, hang on, I got this. Bring him over here. And she'll pull out her staff and she will be like, okay, hang on. And she'll like touch the staff to Gorm and she'll be like, don't move for 8 hours. And he's like, wait, what? And she's like, don't worry about it. And she's going to cast Awaken on Gorm Jr. So Gorm Jr. now has an intelligence of 10.
Nice.
He speaks Primordial.
Which Wave can speak.
Which Wave can speak, as does Clyde.
Yeah. As does Wildfire?
Maybe?
No.
Yeah.
I think so.
And that's forever.
Nice.
Cool.
As long as he keeps this iguana alive.
Yeah, and the iguana is charmed by Clyde for 30 days.
Oh, that's nice.
But then, like, Gorm Jr. is just like, I can't actually fight with a sword and shield, right? And he's like, no, man, that's just, you don't tell yourself what you can't do, man. You can do whatever you want. He's like, no, my arms, they don't work like that. And he's like, not right now, they don't. But maybe. And he's like, okay, sure, buddy, sure. And he's like, all right, man, you get it. All right.
Sometimes you're glad you can't understand what he's saying.
Right?
Yeah, you guys are just having this conversation in another language that you don't understand, and Clyde's just like, okay.
All right. Yeah, let's. Now, when you cast the Find the Path spell, or actually, like, just from the scrying, do you have any concept of, like, where in the world this is?
Well, we know it's on this plane of existence.
Good start.
All right.
And in some place where there's lava.
Yep.
Okay. Do you have any ideas where that might be? Like, maybe we could teleport close to where there are mountains, so we don't have to walk
Is there a map
all
in
day.
the map room that we could look at and see?
Oh, let's go check.
Yeah.
Yeah, you look around and you can find, like, with what you've gathered plus what she can provide, you are able to put together a kind of a map of the Sword Coast and sort of Faerun at large. And she can kind of point out a couple locations she thinks might be volcanic in nature.
All right.
So she will kind of be like, it could be here, and she'll circle a couple locations on the map that she thinks it might be.
Cool.
Get an idea of, like, and then Find the Path tells you which is the right way to go.
Nice.
Because that's how that spell works.
So we should teleport to the middle of all of these spots, cast Find the Path, and then we'll know which one we're going after specifically.
Do you know any trees right here in the middle, Clyde?
I'm going to say she doesn't know any trees right there in the middle.
Fair. Do you know any towns right there in the middle?
So it is.
Can we teleport just using this map?
You can try.
Teleport spell? I don't know. That's Wildfire's province there. Teleporting around? What do you think?
Teleport in a raft?
No. Teleporting around, even though we haven't been to, like, that place yet. Like, if I said, get us here.
I could, but it may not end well.
Okay. Like, all right. So you wouldn't then? You wouldn't recommend it?
I wouldn't recommend going someplace that I am not familiar with.
Okay, cool. That's all.
So she will she will point to the spot on the map, and I guess we'll figure out exactly where you're gonna go next time.
Uh-huh.
All right.
That makes sense.
Yeah. So thank you again for all the donations. Everybody's crazy
Internet.
Yeah, thank
this
you so
week.
much.
I think I can. I think I'm just gonna roll this real quick. I think this will work. If I hit, where's the button? This button here. The credits. Does that do it still? Yeah. There we go. Man, that's a fast scroll. Did not mean to do that. Well. Anyway, that was it. Real quick.
Yeah.
Star Wars on Revenge of the Fifth.
Nice.
Nice.
But anyway, yeah, we'll be back next week for more Everend 82, where we'll figure out which volcano in Faerun. There's only like 5, and I know of one that's actually not too far from where they are, but there's a better one, and I think I want to go there because it's too fitting. It's too on the nose, but that's about as good as the old campaign got, so we'll go with that.
All right.
Fair.
And yeah, we'll see what happens when the party tries to regather additional allies.
Yeah, we're gonna get some.
But we shall see.
Yep.
And yeah, tomorrow night I'll be back with Rod of 7 Parts number 11. So if you want to
Nice.
come see me as a player, you should swing by for that tomorrow night at 8:30 p.m. And then keep your eyes peeled to the YouTube as more and more content keeps coming out. We're trying all sorts of new stuff based on suggestions, and it seems to be doing really well. So we'll hang in there for more of that in the near future. We'll see you all next week.
Love you and
Internet.